Very abrupt start. Oh, it's 8 o'clock.
I just wanted to let y'all know. You've been on schedule, Brian.
Some people are orangutans.
Not Real Radio 122, Wild Hawx, Luke Hawk from WildKat Wrestling is in the Not Real studio. We're going to be talking about their event June 23rd, X-Rated at Shamrock, right here in New Orleans. Starts at 7 p.m. We're going to talk to him about that. Dude, Luke's got an extensive IMDb page. There's tons of information. It's almost like your career kind of came into being on the internet. Like, there's so much of Luke that you can find. Like,
there's
available.
There's so much left out also.
Really?
Yeah. There's so much that, you know, and things I don't even think about, but I try and keep track, and sometimes I'll go back and read some things out about me on the internet, and I'll have to, man, that brings back a memory, because I'll forget. You know, when you do a lot in your work, I'm blessed to be working a lot, so when I'm working, I tend to focus on what's next, not what I did in the past.
Right. Yeah.
So,
no, that makes total sense.
Right. But I also get lost in it because I don't think, you know, like I said, I'm not thinking about what I did in the past. So then something will strike that memory, like if I'll go back and read some reports or something, and I'll go, oh man, I forgot all about that. That was awesome.
As you're doing so much, it almost seems like different phases of your life. Like, it was like not even you almost.
Yeah.
Like, I look back at sections of my life, I'm like, I'm not even a person anymore. Like, you change so much.
Yeah, and I tell people that, I mean, that's just a life thing in general. If you don't change, you're not evolving, and you're probably a shitty person. So
continually to reinvent yourself.
Exactly, and I mean, that's for everybody in life, because you don't think the same at 20 years old that you do at 30, and then, you know, the same at 30 as you do in 40.
You would hope not. I see some people, they don't evolve.
40.
They just change with sitcoms they watch it.
Yeah. Exactly, and unfortunately, those people are usually going downhill in life. They're not on the uprise.
It's like mosquitoes start to grow in them and shit. Fucking larvae. Dude, you had a rough childhood. I found that out through a little digging in on Facebook.
That's an easy way of putting it.
Really? It was that bad? Because you went to Riverdale.
I did go to Riverdale.
Me.
Yeah,
that's a rough neighborhood.
River jail. Yeah, I grew up in. I grew up all over. So I say, you know, I was partly in Shrewsbury. I grew up on Shrewsbury Court.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so that was where. But
you had a Raiders jacket?
Nah, no Raiders.
Oh,
never a Raiders. Always
No?
a Saints fan.
All
You gotta
right.
put that out there.
Really? Even back then?
But see, I used to live in Oakland. So
shit.
And I got to give credit. Like, the Raiders fans are cool, but I'll be honest, there's no fans like Phillies fans, man. The Eagles, I lived in Philly too, and those dudes are just so hardcore. Everybody out there, like, everybody gives these Raider fans these glorified credits because they dress up and they, you know, they cheer for the team even when they suck. But man, them Philly fans are hardcore. The Eagles, I do like the Eagles.
I think it's cold as fuck there, so it's like, man, you got to be dedicated.
And they outside freezing their ass off.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not the brightest fans, but they're fans. You know, so we're not talking about how smart they are here.
Brain don't function when it gets below 32. You know. So man, you moved all over the place.
Yeah. Well, traveling for wrestling, you had to. So there was nothing here when I came up. I had to move around. You know, I first went to California. Well, I went through Philadelphia first, and then to California, Florida.
So you leave
Texas,
Louisiana and you go travel there to be a wrestler? Like,
Yep. I would stay there and train, and I would get in where I fit in and try and find a place where I could stay, find a job to support my wrestling habit. And, you know, because it wasn't always glitz and glamour. It took me 13 years before I could start making a living at pro wrestling.
Dude, was it something you saw, like, on TV, a wrestling match, or was it a live event you went to?
There wasn't nothing that stood out, but my earliest memory of loving wrestling and wanting to be involved was 3 years old. So I just remember watching it on TV. And so there wasn't, like, this one match that stood out and made me go, oh, well, that match inspired me to do this and do that. No. It was just something
watching it in general?
Yeah, it was just something that was inside me, you know, a passion and something I love and something I love to this day. And I did a lot of stupid shit over it. Like, you know, I lost out on a lot of good deals. Like, especially as I was younger, I had opportunities, even film opportunities. I told this story on Facebook not too long ago. At one point, I had a WWE booking, and it was 2 days. It was to do Raw and SmackDown, and I was chasing it. Well, I had got called for a film gig, and I had about 3 to 4 weeks on this film. But I had to be there the whole time. I couldn't miss these 2 days.
Gotcha.
So
a stunt gig?
A stunt gig, yeah.
Right.
And it was a good gig, and, you know, you make really good money. And I would have probably made at least 20 grand on that. So instead, I turned it down because I was booked for Raw and SmackDown for 2 days.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
because I'm an idiot.
No, but you were
So-
booked there first, right?
I was booked there first.
So to me,
but
that's, you did the
awesome,
right
though.
thing.
Like, you got to
but here's the thing: it is the right thing, but at the same time, it would have been easy for them to replace me.
Oh,
but
right.
but my thing was, I was going there hoping to get a spot with the company.
It was like a tryout.
Yeah.
When
Basically,
you
just
left a
dark matches. It's
guaranteed
dark
deal
matches.
and
Yeah,
money,
exactly.
what, to try out for wrestling.
To go try out and make, I was making money, but it wasn't making nearly the amount I would have made on that. So it was not the best financial decision for me, but it was from my heart. So I don't doubt myself for it, you know what I mean? But nowadays, I'm at a different aspect in my life where I've now turned down deals wrestling to
actually make money.
make money. And not only just make money, it's just to stay home and work. Because I've been offered deals with different companies and things to do. And the thing is, like, but I would have to give up my film gig. I would have to move. I would have to be away from my kids. I would have to. And
It's
I'm
like
at
a rock band where you're just traveling constantly, gig to gig.
Yeah, exactly. It's entertainment, man. So a lot of entertainment gigs are the same. But the thing is, I'm at a different point in my life. I don't have to worry about that now. I'm not struggling. Back in the day, I was doing, construction work and bouncing and bartending, working 2 and 3 jobs to support my wrestling habit and to pay bills and do anything I can to make money. So nowadays, I'm in a fortunate enough part of my life where I do make really good money to do what I love doing.
Yeah. What was there a certain company you were watching when you were young like that? Were you?
Oh, of course, WWF.
It was WWF back then.
WWF back then.
That was
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah, that was number one. And then as I got older, I started getting into the WCW stuff. And then when ECW came around, that took over my life. ECW
Man, we had
took
that
over
shitty
my-
channel. I don't remember what it
Cox
was.
10. It was Cox 10.
It was Cox 10?
Cox 10. It came on Sunday mornings. on
God
Cox
damn!
10.
I remember I flipped through. I
yeah.
had quit watching wrestling, right? I grew out of it supposedly, right? Until like Wolfpack and NWO started. But I remember clicking through and stopping on ECW, like, what is this horrible shit?
But
and then the more I watched it, I was
awesome.
in love. Like
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
a group of friends. That was like some underground shit we were on.
It was so impactful, and it made you like it was real.
Oh, they
It
took
was
wrestling
real,
up
and
to a
yeah,
whole nother level.
Yeah, and it was what's the word I'm looking for? It was I'm not very smart.
It felt like you shouldn't be watching it.
No. I'm trying to think of the word, like where it was so inspiring, like where just because it brought realism out in professional wrestling, where the way I heard about it was they had some dumbass kids at school, like there always is, talking some shit that they didn't know. And this guy says, "Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3 kid, 1, 2, 3 kid. He wrestles on Cox 10 on Sunday mornings. You got to watch. He's the champion in that Fed."
Oh, what?
And I'm like, "Oh, there's a wrestling promotion on Cox 10." So and Sean Waltman, X-Pac was never even in it. You know
No,
what I mean?
right, that's
but
what
some
I'm trying to
dumbass kid
remember.
at school was telling me the 1, 2, 3 kid is the
You
champion.
got bad information that led you to a good place.
Right, exactly.
Man.
That's exactly what happened.
Did you get to go any live events when they came down here?
No, I used to work with him. I didn't wrestle, but I would set up the ring and sell videos and sell T-shirts, and
Oh,
that's
you
how I got
kidding
my
me?
in. So
How'd
that's
you
how I
get
felt.
involved in that?
I was a pain in the ass kid. I go sit by the back door.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So that's how I became cool with all the guys. I mean, that's
When they
how-
would come down here?
I've been friends with Tommy Dreamer and them over 20 years now because of that stuff. So,
As the kids setting up their shit
setting
and
up the ring, carrying
slanging
the
their
bags
merch.
in. Yeah, and it paid off in the long run because those guys remember me being around and putting in that work ethic and putting in that hustle. I wasn't just some kid who seen it on TV and was like, "Oh man, can you train me? I want to do this," and then quit.
It was almost like a good old-fashioned like apprenticeship where you went there and go, I want to help you build the ring. I
See,
want to carry stuff.
I
I'm
look
gonna-
for that. I look for that, and I never got it. And I kind of got it with Vic Rhymes, but I looked for that with guys that I knew. I wanted somebody to take me under their wing and like teach me the ropes, and I never really had it. I had to hustle so much for it. I said I had it with Vic Rhymes, but Vic was a whole different animal. He was the only person who really took me in and believed in me and gave me my shot in wrestling, where most people just shit on me.
Really?
Oh, you're young, you're skinny, you're stupid, you're this, you're that.
Oh, you
Yeah,
serious?
wrestling's dumb.
They busted your balls? Even though you're helping
come
out?
on, man.
Oh, you
I'm
were aggravating.
I'm not talking
Were you
about those guys.
aggravating
I'm
kid?
talking about people in life.
Come
I'm
on.
talking about
Right,
like
yeah.
I'm talking about people in life because, if you say you start in a rock band, and you're gonna go global with it, people are like, dude, get a job. Come on.
Yeah, tell them I'm going to do videos, and they're like,
go
you
do
stupid.
something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thanks, cheese.
So I never had like support. I could count on one hand who supported me, and Vic was one of the people who actually told me, that I could make it, and that he never shit on me. He just was like, hey, let's do this. Let's learn this. Like, oh, good job. He wasn't really, you know, he would tell me if I did a bad job on something or if he thought I was messing up on something, but he encouraged me to do better.
They don't just give it to you.
Right. But, you know, like I said, most people were like, hey, that's stupid. You need to be an electrician. You need to, you know, like, you need to go to college.
Right, get you a real job.
Yeah.
Damn, man. And well, you said you were like a skinny guy. Seen some. Was Altar Boy Luke your first persona that
I actually I actually had a stupid persona. Shane Douglas was my favorite wrestler. Well, one of them. And,
boy, that went bad, huh?
Yeah, it went bad. Yeah, it went bad.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, exactly. No, this for legit. So that's where that history comes from. Is when I seen Shane Douglas with ECW, I was, you know, mesmerized because I never heard somebody talk the way he did or act the way he did.
Right here. And when I go to bed at night, zoom in here and see it around my neck, close to my heart.
That dude.
He was the franchise,
the
right?
franchise,
Yeah,
and nobody
I didn't
spoke
like that guy.
he did. I loved him.
Right,
so
right.
nobody spoke like he did. So, you know, and I was a hard-headed kid from the street that grew up fighting and grew up, you know, like scratching for everything I had. So I related to that. I related to that, you know, fuck you character where
now I got it.
Yeah,
fuck you.
I'm gonna take what I can get, and you know, I'm gonna do everything I can.
Fuck
you can't stop me. Yeah. So that I related to that. So you know, fast forward 20 years, not even 20 years, fast forward a few years later when I started working with Shane, I found out he was a piece of shit.
It wasn't an act.
It wasn't an act. He was a fraud, and you know, he was everything he preached about, he did the just opposite of.
And you can see where it's got him now, though. He's out of shape and
I mean,
his
he's
ass
also
kicked by you.
53. Yeah.
Right.
I can't, you know, doubt him for being out of shape because he's 53 years old. Okay, was very hard on his body. All those ECW guys. So, you know, I can say he's a piece of shit as a person, but I can't say anything about his ring abilities or, you know, again, is somebody I looked up to. So then I would be an idiot I'd be, you know what I mean? Like to sit here and I'm not going to take my words back on any credit I gave him towards the past because I thought he was great.
Just to survive ECW for 10 years is a giant accomplishment.
I mean, a lot of those guys are dead. So
New Jack killed them.
Shane made it out, and you know, and Shane did have a successful career. And Shane
I know that I am the greatest heavyweight champion in the world today.
I don't know, but y'all just wrestled in Philly at the ECW arena.
We did, and
you took on Shane Douglas.
Yeah.
What? You did?
And
I did.
The way it
shit.
sounded, I don't want to know who won. Don't give me a spoiler.
Well, the pay-per-view drops tomorrow.
Gotcha, and you can see it.
Yeah, it's $10. You know, I mean, and hopefully, I'll be honest. Not like I always am. We didn't get the fan and support in Philly that I thought we would get. Last year, we had a really good turnout of a show there, and the card wasn't as big, and everybody loved it, and we got a lot of messages when we coming back. It was awesome, and we went back this year, and I figured it'd be a good place to do the Shane Douglas thing because of our history started in Philadelphia. So I figured that was the right place for it to happen. But we didn't draw very well for some reason. I mean, we had more advertisement into this show. This show was bigger, coming off of last year's awesome show there. Now, the show itself was phenomenal. The matches were phenomenal. It looks great on camera. We got some great TV off it. The pay-per-view was great off it.
It kind of made it worth it right there.
It made it worth it, but we wanted that hardcore Philly crowd. I don't know why we didn't get the big crowd this year. And it's baffling because, we went in way harder on this one than we did last year, and last year's was successful. But somebody said to me, you can't win them all, and that's true. You can't.
Do you think
win them
those
all.
are got to be the hardest fans to impress too?
Well,
from them having ECW for so long,
I don't know if ECW is still a factor there anymore. Because if it was, I think those fans would have showed up to see possibly Sabu's last match in the arena. Or possibly Shane Douglas's last match in arena.
Oh wait, Sabu's on this too?
Sabu's on.
Oh, I'm renting this motherfucker. I gotta see that shit.
Dude, he had a badass match.
Holy cow. How does he still walk?
He has 2 fake hips too.
Oh God.
He still does everything.
I would not want to wrestle him. I don't want to face that liability. Like, man,
I'm gonna sign a waiver.
Yeah, because he would wrestle. He'd get fucking dislocate his hip. And he would keep wrestling, and you're like, man, look, just lay down, motherfucker. Throw me off the top.
I just watched a clip this morning when Chris Benoit broke his neck. You know,
Oh, God, yeah.
somebody just posted it on Facebook. I mean, it's I've seen it a million times, but somebody was resharing it this morning. But Sabu's a madman, and Crowbar too. Crowbar just had 2 fake knees put in about a year ago, so he's back. I mean, he's a madman too. Like
On
these
the
guys,
pay-per-view, who did
on the
Sabu
pay-per-view.
fight?
Matt Tremont and Danny Flamingo in a 3-way dance.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah. They
Oh,
beat each
God.
other's
Anything to
ass.
watch Flamingo get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
It reminds me of cheese. It must be the pink, all the pink,
fuck
him and
yourself.
cheese. They could be boyfriends.
They should be boyfriends.
Yeah, they ought to cheese ought to write that down. Call Flamingo, ask him for a date. We can have matching outfits. It'd be like Sadie Hawkins dance. Jesus. Dude, so you did the Altar Boy Luke thing, and then you kind of reinvented yourself then as like the Southern Stomper, right?
Yeah, I mean, that came along a little bit later because I was always told that, you know, in pro wrestling, you don't make up, in life, you don't make up your own nickname, you know. You don't say, I want to be called Lil Willie, you know what I mean? Like,
I kind of did it.
you pick but then it's not official, you know what I mean? I was
Yeah,
always
you're
told
right.
nicknames are given to you. So so after I dropped the Altar Boy thing, which really wasn't me, it was given to me. So I wanted to do something more authentic, and I went with Luke, just Luke for a little bit because I already had the name with Luke, so I didn't want to completely change my name. And a guy who passed away named Doug Gentry, he said, "Why don't you use Hawx, man? Hawxhurst is my last name, my real last name." So he said, "Just cut the Hurst off." He goes, "Hawx is badass."
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah,
That
you know
is
what?
pretty cool.
I said, "I thought about that, but like when it's your name, you don't really, you know, you're like,
Should I have a gimmick?
Right, exactly." So I said, you know, I'll just go with it. So I went with it, and then I had that in 2006. I had that MTV show on called Wrestling Society X, and they coined me the Southern Stomper. So just because of I got in a lot of fights backstage. I was a real aggressive kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Were you doing it with like, I'm going to make an impact and...
Nah, it
or
was
were
just,
you just
the
really
thing
that
is,
much
like,
of an
I
asshole?
just I just don't take shit. So I never started fights, like, but I would get picked on because of my size, or you know, I always had a hot girlfriend, so I'll bring my girlfriend around. Somebody's fucking
You
with
gotta
her.
fend them off.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So,
oh, right.
That's terrible. That's a shame.
but it's what it is. You know what I mean. And then like I
You're
wasn't
playing in a
big
wolf
star.
pack, though.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
like a
Y'all
wolf's
are-
den.
but
This is a
y'all are
bunch
like
of alpha
team,
males.
kind of.
Not really.
not then.
Oh, okay, all right.
Not back in the day, because it more so now today. Yes, back then it was just going anywhere and any way you can get bookings. So it was always, you know, it wasn't a group of guys who came up together.
Okay,
It
all
was-
right. So this
If
was war.
If you're doing an MTV reality TV show, that shit's cutthroat.
Yeah, so it's, you know, you got to figure you put in 40 people from around the world, you know, and I'm the only guy from the South. You know, Los Angeles, you know, they got them from Canada, Japan. They had them all from over. So
Boy, he's on fire today.
he's on fire.
He's showing off a little bit.
Is that what he's doing?
I think so. He wants it.
All right, we get it. You got fucking talent, okay? You're quick with it. I see it.
Sold. All right, good.
175.
But you know, like it's like my tag team partner. His name was Alcatraz, right? And it was Luke Hawx, the Southern Stomper, and Alcatraz, and we were called Out on Bail and Out of Control. He was out on bail. I was out of control. so that's legit. That was our tag team name.
And were both things true?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and we fit, and it was weird because they put us together, and we just fit together. And they would say, you know, Luke Hawx's mouth starts to fight, and Alcatraz finishes him. Now that's a whole different story because I'm way bigger than Alcatraz is.
Oh, what?
No, he's my boy, but I joke with him all the time because like when we were a tag team, I was real small.
You were
know,
little.
I was 170 pounds, and he was probably about 230, 240.
Damn.
You know, jacked. And now
You just worked your ass off
just
over
worked
years.
my ass
Like,
off.
I am getting fucking bigger. Like,
well, that's what it took, and I had to be realistic with myself. I used to sit down and I would ask, why am I not getting opportunities that other people are getting? Why am I not the main guy on the poster? Why am I not getting championship, you know, chances? Why am I not getting pushed to the top of the card? And it was because of my look and my style. You know, like they wanted me to do the crazy shit.
right.
They wanted
You were
me,
too small. You're going to have to jump off something.
Yeah. So like I wanted, you know, they wanted me to do the 450s and the high flying, and you know, on the big shows, jump off of something, put somebody through a table, and I was willing to do that. But it got old for me because that's not what I wanted to be, a legit guy. You know, and here's the truth is a big part of that, and I've preached about this in different ways in the past, is I didn't have that proper upbringing. So I didn't have an athletic background. I didn't have coaches. I didn't have somebody on me teaching me how to lift weights. All this stuff I had to go find out on my own. Nobody was holding my hand and saying, hey, helping me, saying, hey, you should do this. This will make you better. And that's like part of the reason why I dislike Shane so much, because at one point I asked Shane, what can I do to get a spot with TNA when TNA first started around? He basically told me to quit the business because I didn't have a chance. Instead of saying, hey, you should try and bulk up, or you should work on this, maybe go to some seminars. And when my work was, I was never, I don't want to say I was never a terrible wrestler, because I always had talent and I always had skill, obviously, because that's how I got the opportunities that I got, and that's how I got on companies like XPW. But I wasn't the most fundamentally skilled wrestler. You know, like I didn't have the proper grappling training and stuff, so I had to work really hard on that stuff. I had to do things like go to England and spend a month over there at a time to go train their style, and I had to go take these different seminars and wrestle with real wrestlers and do things to pick up on grappling and things that I knew that I lacked in. And unfortunately, back in the day when I was living in, you know, Shrewsbury, you know what I mean? There was no wrestling schools. There was no shit like that around here, so it wasn't accessible to me. So that's why I had to move to Philadelphia. That's why I had to move to California. That's why I had to move to Atlanta.
It's just fucking crazy. You're like born with no opportunity. Like you have to like pretty much donate time. Not donate time, but you had to be around it.
Not only donate, you have to pay your ass off for it.
And you never had no Mr. Miyagi to fucking just adopt you and teach you wax on, wax off of wrestling.
And I had to pay bills, and I had to take care of a kid, and I had to do all these other things and work a job to keep myself afloat, and I was struggling. And people don't realize how much hard work I put into it, you know? Like now, everybody, you know, they'll give you those fucking Facebook likes in a heartbeat. Motherfucker, buy some tickets to the show. Like, like support. If you support what I do, and I'm not shitting on anybody, but it's like when you're doing well and they see you on the cover of a magazine or they see you in a movie, all of a sudden, you know, I'm everybody's friend.
Right.
You know,
what
it's
can
like,
you do?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm everybody's friend then. And
the big
cool.
shark got the leeches just sucking on you.
So if you ever bought a ticket to even one of my shows, I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Because like that's where the real support comes in. Like, especially from a local boy from this area who literally came from absolutely fucking nothing. You know, like I came from the bottom of the bottom.
I'm going to be real honest with you, though. You put on a great, I don't want to call it product. It's it's a production. It's an event. Like we go to a lot of music shows and, you know, bands were involved in putting on performances. And when we go to your event at Shamrock's every year, we've been like the last 3 years. My friend Jared, my bestest friend besides Mayday and Ali, number 3 on the list. Yeah. We go one time. He's like, man, just come drink and have fun. I'm like, I ain't watched wrestling in years. We went, and holy shit.
It was so awesome.
We got fucking shit-faced drunk. I overheated. It was really hot that time. But we had a great time, and we're like, this is fun. And the guys, every wrestler in WildKat put like forth effort, and they understood entertainment. They understood, you know, wrestling, and it was like so much fun. And then the crossing in with ECW let me kind of relive something, you know, from being a kid, and that was, you know, that was more mind-blowing to me than like ever seeing Hulk Hogan. That was like intangible, where WildKat and ECW back in the day just seemed so real, like you were more of a part of it. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Exactly. You felt at home with it. And it felt like it was real, and it just hit you in the heart. Yeah. And I think that's what I try and do with WildKat is I don't put somebody out there who's not ready. Every now and then, you have to give somebody an opportunity who may not be ready, and you know, because they got to step up. And that's how they learn. They either sink or swim. But we don't do it all the time. Everybody who goes into it, you know, if you're a shitty person, you're not on my team. The shitty people weed themselves out. We've had shitty people with us, and they weed themselves out. You know, we give you enough slack to cut your throat with. You know,
you're kind of being though with nobody was there for you.
That's exactly what I do, and I get taken advantage of a lot of times because of it. But I've learned to now not so much give so many chances to those who don't deserve it. You know,
you kind of look for yourself as a kid and go, wait, this guy reminds me of how I was. I'm not going to shit on him. Let me try to.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because the thing is, what I have is I had drive and passion. Not a lot of people are going to do what I did. Nobody's going to get in the car and drive across country and sleep in the car without. When I went to Vic Grimes' house, if you listen,
He didn't even invite you.
He didn't invite me. I drove across country. Yeah,
you just showed up
and
at the guy's
knocked on
house?
his door.
That's
I
creepy,
knocked on his door.
Luke. It's
He
some
answers the
creepy
door
shit.
and he says, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I want you to train me." He goes, "You're a fucking moron." That's what he told me.
He made
I
you
started
sleep
crying.
in the car. Oh,
I started
what?
fucking crying.
How old
because
were you when this happens?
I was like 19.
Are you kidding
18, 19.
You just show up at the man's house?
Yeah, and
With your
in
bags and
California
shit?
with my bags. And I said, and look, I wasn't looking for a place to stay. I was looking to be trained.
Yeah. Well, he
So-
was probably like,
So
he was scared as a motherfucker.
well, he
Like,
was.
oh boy, this kid.
He's just like, I can't train you. And I started crying because I
Oh,
didn't
man.
understand. I said, how can you say I'm a fucking moron when I just drove across country because I love wrestling so much and I want to be trained. And what he meant was he didn't have a place to train me. He didn't have a ring. He didn't have a school. He didn't have any of that. So he's like,
Right.
how am I going to train you?
You gonna sleep on a sofa?
Right. So I slept in my car and then
He comes out the next day and you're still there.
but not a lot of people would do that. What with me, with my guys, is all you gotta fucking do is listen. Do what you're supposed to do and listen. And if you go above and beyond, and that's the guys who really want it. That's the guys who are getting the most out of it. But just to get by, all you have to do is just do what you're told, and they don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
They know better.
They know better.
But you're
And it's
providing
hard.
you're providing the arena for them to
But look,
do what they supposedly
We're
love.
talking about kids that don't do a motherfucking thing in their real life except play video games.
Hey, pal.
And then they come and they come there and they think just because we're forcing them to work out, quote unquote forcing them because you have to do it, right?
Right.
That they're doing enough to do what it takes or
Put
get
in the
by.
2 hours a week or whatever.
Yeah. 9 hours a week. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
9 hours a week, and they fucking you wouldn't believe how many people try and skip out of it.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, and cut corners and then.
I know you don't take it
and
easy. I see them running. They
Yeah,
would run
and
all the
and
time. I almost hit them a couple of times.
I try not to keep them. I try not to keep those guys around that want to cut the corners because it's. I didn't have this opportunity, so these guys should really appreciate this opportunity. I had to make this opportunity, and my goal to start something here was because it wasn't being done here, and there's nobody here in the state of Louisiana with the credibility that I have to do anything. There's only a handful of guys who I even consider that would be really skillful enough to train guys here. Steve Anthony's one of them. I mean, he was Harley Race's head trainer. Steve Anthony can run circles around a lot of guys in the wrestling business, even though he never got the chance to make a household name for himself. He's super talented. Been back and forth to Japan so many times. But, I mean, so good. So crisp, knows how to explain things, so talented. Wrestles hard every match. I mean, he's been doing it almost 30 years. He started when he was like 14 or something.
Right.
He started with some.
He had to walk all the way
Well,
there.
he did. He started with some, not so good guys. But again, it was what he had available to him. And then he made the best out of it, and he forced himself to go out of his comfort zone and go into other opportunities to train and do stuff so that's why he's been able to get the things he's got. That's why he was Harley Race's head trainer. That's why he went to Japan several times. That's why
He earned it.
He earned it, yeah. And there's so many guys that aren't willing to do that. They just don't want to put the work in.
When you get a new guy for WildKat, you'll be like, all right, first thing you got to do is drive to California, knock on Vince's door, and then when they get there, call me, and then tell them, all right, drop back.
So I tell guys the same thing, and I'm honest with them because it's not about money. It should be about money because it costs a lot of money to keep things going and to make a living. But I tell them when they come in on the first day, yeah, I already know. You want to be a wrestler. You love it. It's all you ever wanted to do. And, you're going to do anything it takes to make it and blah, 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 blah. I hear it fucking every time somebody comes in the door. If you're not serious, don't waste my time. Don't waste your money. Just go home now. So.
And it sucks because it's not for everybody. It's kind of like everybody would love to grow up. I'd love to play in the NBA, but I couldn't cut it out. I wasn't.
My favorite people are the ones who come in and they set a realistic goal, not the dumb motherfuckers who come in and go, I want to headline WrestleMania and I want to be the WWE champion. And
Yeah, right.
So, and it's just like, yeah, fuck, yeah, me too, brother. Come on.
Yeah, $200 pay in advance. It's a guy that just goes, I fucking love wrestling. I just want to do this. Maybe get in better shape and hang out with the guys. Like, it's a camaraderie thing, too. It's a sport. Like, as much as it's entertainment, it's also a sport and athletic.
It's very much so. So, like, those guys are the ones who really do it for me because they come in with realistic goals. And you should always want to better yourself and go as high as you can. I'm not saying you can't, so don't get it twisted. I'm not saying you can't headline WrestleMania and you can't do these grateful things, but you hear the same thing out of every single person that comes in the door. You know, I want somebody to come in and say, this is what I want to do. This is what I can and can't do now. Or I don't know what I can and can't do now. Let's see what I can do. You know what I mean? And like, if you put the work in, I promise you, I will back you 100% and more. You know, I will do anything I can to help you and make you successful, including, you know, unfortunately, sometimes having to give the shirt off on my back. I've given a lot of opportunities to my guys that should have been my opportunities, but, you know, I'm at a different place in my career. And some people tell me, hey, why did you do that? You should have did that. You've been working at this. And I go, hey, look, I've had opportunities.
I sent a representative.
Yeah.
And now I can do that.
And I just say, look, I've had opportunities, and maybe I should have took that opportunity, but I really appreciate how hard this person has worked, and I want them to get an opportunity too. You know what I mean? And this was just one of those times where I could provide that. So, you know, it's just people have looked out for me in the past. There's people who've, you know, I'm a self-made man. Joe Gertner cloned me that, and it took off in wrestling. Everybody says how self-made I am, and I take great pride in that. But there's also people who gave me opportunities when they could have gave them to other people. So I'm very thankful of any opportunity. If anybody's ever given me opportunity, especially, you know, in not only just wrestling but in the film world. You know, the reason I've got these big films is because somebody believed in me and somebody thought I would do a good job. And, you know, of course, I had to audition for him. It's not like somebody just said, hey, that's my boy, let me give him the spot. I still had to put the work in.
They at least opened the door for you.
But they opened the freaking door
You made
for
the
me.
best out of the opportunities.
Yeah,
You've had to. It looks like from your listing of everything I've seen of you, you make the most of the opportunities. And the person who kind of goes on a limb and says, hey, try this guy out, you make them look good by doing that. And it's probably because you take it so serious, the way you're like, I don't want to let that person down who gave me this shot.
I just love what I do. I definitely take what I do serious, and I don't ever want to go back to working underneath houses doing construction and, you know, shit I hated doing for years.
I think I might start working out.
Well, there's nothing.
Fuck them video games. Dude, they get me nowhere.
There's nothing wrong with you know, working a regular job either. And I don't
there is. There's plenty of things. I had a little episode last week on the show about it for like 20 minutes.
It's 15 minutes, by the way.
15 minutes.
Yeah. You know, you end up there though. You usually some people are just really good. Look, like you said, there's nothing wrong with it, and some people love it and they're good at it, and then the other people you're just stuck there because you had nowhere else to go. It's where.
But there is places to go. That's what people don't understand. But you just have to be realistic. If you want to do something, you have to put the work in. It's no different in any world experience.
And it almost seems like you have to put the work in to make it at a higher level, harder and more than anybody else.
And what I learned is when you get to a certain spot, like when you quote unquote make it as I have to work harder. And you can't take your foot off the gas.
Going another level.
And I'm going
harder, right?
I thought as I went on, things would get easier.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that, you know, the more successful I became, things would be easier. I'd be able to relax a little more. I'd have a little more free time. I'd be able to do things. Not at all.
Just less than.
And I go, how the hell does Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, stay sane?
Just maintain it.
Yeah, god damn, he does a lot of work.
everywhere. And
He's everywhere and anywhere. Dude, I'm on set on Fast and Furious with him, right? And I'm not friends with him, but I know him. He knows me. We've met several times. We worked on G.I. Joe, seen him at WWE when I worked WWE and stuff like that.
You keep crossing paths.
Yeah, and we know each other. We know each other by name, all that stuff. So like I can't say I'm friends with him, but I'm cool with him.
Right. That's cool.
So the only time we got to talk when I was shooting Fast and Furious is right before we filmed the scenes. We go face to face. We're lined up, go over our lines, do our thing. Hey, man, how you been? How's wrestling? What's going on with you? Blah, blah, blah. Action. We start going at it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Cut. As soon as cut happens, 10 people swarm. Dwayne, sign this.
Oh, you
Eat
serious?
This.
In the middle of doing
Director, yeah, director, I need you to do this. Dwayne, next scene, we're doing this. And this is all while we're doing like one scene. I'm like, God damn, how is he just not going nuts and saying?
And he just goes through it?
He just goes through it, bro. He just goes. He just hustles. He just like, it doesn't faze him. Like, he doesn't bat an eye. I mean, like, he's literally dealing with like 10 people at a time. Another project that he's on. This, that, the next scene, feeding, you know, whatever. Like
his feeding.
Right, like he has somebody saying, you need to eat right now. Here's your food. Stick this in your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Golly.
yeah. So, and then he has to, you know, work out and all that other stuff. Like, and,
fuck that shit.
That's not including all the people who just want to hang out with him and take a picture with him and talk to him.
Those people. Oh, those are the worst.
So,
oh, fucking bring me my chicken breast. That motherfucker must eat 4 pounds of chicken a day, huh?
God damn, huh?
Oh, man. I don't know where to go from that now. You blew my mind with that.
It's cool, man.
I'm just thinking about how much The Rock eats now.
We'll talk about,
Can I ask you about somebody?
Yeah.
Johnny Flex.
I love him.
This guy.
I hate him. I love him.
He is that was another guy who started very small little guy.
Yeah.
Like almost looked like a lesbian.
he still looks like a lesbian.
You're right. Now he's just swole up more. But man, when the little bit we used to do Wine and Cheese in the same studio as their practice facility.
What happened with that?
Cheese is a flake. I don't know how to explain that to
cheese,
you.
Nah.
Yeah, right. But
get rid of them.
Shredded cheddar. But man, every time I would walk through there, Johnny Flex is getting his ass beat. Like that motherfucker takes a licking. They
want to do it because he's the smallest guy around and he won't.
He's fun to throw around and really hit. It's impactful.
But he's got a heart. You know, he's got a heart of a champion.
He's getting swole too.
That's legit. He's put a lot of work in.
That Pump Patrol has definitely done good for him. Them waist shakes or whatever.
So when Johnny came in, he didn't speak to anybody. He would not say a word. He legit. And I mean, this is how he was. He used to email the shit out of me from like a troll email account.
At least he ain't knocked on your door, Luke.
Yeah. I thought it was a troll email account. It was really him. But he would email me so much.
Girl want?
He would email me so much, I blocked him.
Oh, what?
So yeah, because it was just like the stupidest emails, like and the stupidest questions over and over again.
Will you train me? Will you train me?
Yeah.
I'm coming over.
And it's like all you gotta do is come sign up, dude. You know what I mean? Like there's not much more to it than that. Come sign up.
That was it.
So he finally comes in one day, and I go, man, is that little girl over there? And then
it's kind of cute, like, but they're not. It's weird.
Like, nah, he's a guy and he's 18. And I'm like, damn, he looks like he's 10.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
little bitty guy.
So I go sit down and I talk to him, and he goes, yeah. And I start talking, what's your name? Johnny, and blah, blah, blah. And we're going into everything.
Right,
you ever do anything athletic? Never. I live with my grandparents.
I've never even been in the sun.
Yeah, never. Yeah. Pretty much.
This is so dumb. I'm starting to feel bad.
He goes,
he could kick my ass.
He goes, yeah, I've been emailing you. And I said, no, I never got no emails from any Johnnies. And he goes, no, my email name is, I forget what it was. He's like, whatever it was.
Yeah, blonde head gecko.
I just looked at him. I said, that's you?
Oh, no.
I wanted to slap the shit out of him, like right there, you know? I told him,
Stranger danger.
He goes, yeah, you stopped responding to my emails. I said, yeah, I blocked you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So that made him drop
he's
down.
Never left since.
He's never left since, bro. And worked so hard.
He even won a belt recently, right?
He's the Revolution champion, man.
Holy shit.
I beat his ass in some matches. So many guys. He takes a lick, but he'll give it too. Like he was training with Brian Kendrick, you know, like in that Brian Kendrick seminar when Brian would come down a lot and train with our guys, and Brian really lit a fire under Johnny Flex.
Oh, really?
I could see it because Flex could relate to Brian Kendrick, you know, because Brian's a smaller frame guy, hell of a wrestler, phenomenal. So Johnny Flex really got in the ear of Brian Kendrick, and the guys like Homicide, when those guys would come down, and he would get in there with them, and like he just works hard. Johnny Flex is one of the first guys in the building. He's like Buku Dow. You know, they're both smaller guys. They're both always the first ones there, the last ones to leave. You got to kick them out. If you say we don't have training this Thursday because we got something to do, they're both like, why not? Can't we just come train? You know, it's like other guys are like, yeah, good. I don't have to train this week. Yeah, I can go play video games.
And big guys, it takes way more energy to get them going.
But those guys are like, man, I want to train. Can we have the key? Can we just come work out? Can we do, you know? And that there's no feeling that can be expressed with that because it's wonderful. You know what I mean? Like especially for somebody who loves the business, it's wonderful to see other guys care about it that much and want to be the best they can be.
Put forth that effort.
Yeah. Because it's honestly, man, hard work's hard to find.
Do you ever have somebody walk in there and they just got something that most of them don't? They got the kind of it thing, whatever it is that you can't explain.
Edrin Stone.
He just walked in and
I mean,
day one
he had
he's
a
just
look. He just picked up on it. Spade, you know,
He's awesome. Yeah.
Spade's awesome. He, you know, there's things he's lacking, but he was just a natural at it. And he has a lot of heart towards it.
and you just hope that doesn't discourage them from working hard. Because if you already have something like that and you work that hard, the natural ability, then you could be, you know, greatness.
Right, exactly. So I'm thankful for those guys. I said the shit guys, you know, we usually get rid of. They don't last long. They expose themselves, and you know, if they got a bad attitude or if they're, you know, they want handouts, and of course everybody comes in thinking they should be further along than what they are. You know, oh, I should be wrestling already. I've been training for 6 months. I should be having, you know, I should be in main event matches.
That's how I felt when I took kickboxing.
Yeah,
it's probably smart that they didn't let me.
Probably so. But sometimes you gotta let those guys go do that and
find out for themselves why they're not ready.
Exactly.
Oh man.
And the messed up thing is most of them don't realize that they're not ready even after that. You know,
they're like, I sold that one.
Oh, they'll still blame it on you. I failed because of you.
God, but that's horrible when you're in a match like wrestling and the other guy's not prepared and not good at what he does. You're in fucking danger.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude.
Like, it does look like a team or joint thing there to where, man, if this guy, he's fucking up, I'm going to get severely hurt.
Right. Because they're coming at it like 100%.
I kind of want Luke to give you a chest chop just so you could see what it's like, man. You think that's a good idea?
No, I don't think so.
To her or to him?
To him. No, she can take it.
Jesus, man.
Allie could take it better than Mayday, believe me.
Damn, man.
And sometimes shit don't get done around here.
I beat ass. That's what I do.
Yeah,
Who is that? Who is that?
You don't know?
I whoop ass. You can get your dumb ass in front of camera,
Oh,
and you can
yeah,
tell
it's
the
me.
world that you're scared of me. You can tell them that I intimidate
I thought
you.
he sounded
Tell them how much
handsome
you
and
fear
familiar. I
me.
said,
And I'll beat
that
your
guy.
ass if you step in the ring with me.
I beat ass. That's what I
beat
do,
ass.
dude.
That's what I do.
You could do a fucking promo too, man.
I don't even. But it's not me doing promos, man. That's like me in real life. So it's,
I understand. That shit's intense. I was trying to be nice.
You know what I mean? Like honestly, that's what people don't get. You know, I'm not trying to be something I'm not.
You let the anger
I'm
fuel
not.
you.
Like for a long time, like the altar boy thing, I struggled with because I couldn't cut a promo as an altar boy. I didn't know anything about the Bible, and I'm not. You know, I'm not. Look, I'm not atheist. I'm not atheist.
No old man's touched your penis.
Nah.
If they did, we're not getting into that.
That's enough.
Not at church, at least. So, my uncles.
Vince did
my
end up
uncles,
training you.
no, I'm joking. But Vic trained me.
Right, Vic.
But no, like, you know, as an altar boy, that character wasn't really me. It was given to me. And like I said, I'm not an atheist, but I wasn't brought up in the church system, and I'm not a big fan of organized religion.
Yeah, it seemed like they're kind of fucking with you too. Right?
No, they weren't.
No?
They weren't. The thing was, it was an XPW. They had they had a guy named Messiah, and he was supposed to have 2 followers, which were going to be Altar Boy Matthew and Altar Boy Luke. And
Gotcha.
And he was originally supposed to be that character. And he didn't want to do it, so they came up with the Messiah character. And then Messiah got fired for banging the owner's wife. And they sent a hitman to cut his thumb
Savior's
off.
coming.
So they legit, they broke in his house. They broke in his house. They held him down. They took a pair of garden shears. They cut his thumb off and took his thumb.
Who is they?
No, look it up. Look it up.
Holy shit.
So,
Wait, who's they?
The owner, Rob Black, sent hitman out to get him.
Holy shit.
So,
Good thing he
This
didn't cut
shit
his
is so
dick
crazy.
off.
yeah, his name's Billy Welsh, Messiah. Look up the story. You see, it was on America's Most Wanted and everything back in the
Not
day.
real. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, welcome to the wrestling world. All this
Yeah,
shit
right.
happens.
It's like real movie shit. It's like you in movies, but life is like that for you. it
Nah,
seems.
life is fucking crazy.
Life is
for
a
me,
movie
man.
to you, huh?
It is.
It's
If
fucking
you've seen the things
crazy.
I've seen, I didn't live a normal man's life.
Oh, I
you
can
know?
see
And so,
that. Yeah. That That's amazing. Like,
Damn,
guys,
Allie,
dude,
that's
he's
a
doing
little
so
rough.
much exciting shit like in life. It's really it's awesome. I'm happy for you.
He's
Like I'm
stressed out.
jelly. Dude,
Thank you.
it sounds like you do so much cool shit. I'm just like, wow.
No, I do.
checking
I
the
do get to do a
windows.
bunch of cool shit. But like, you know, the coolest thing for me, and I'll flip the script on it. We'll go a whole different direction. The coolest thing for me is being a father and having two kids, and you know, two wonderful kids who I broke the cycle from my family. So my kids are taking it above and beyond that. You know, my oldest son's in college. My 6-year-old, he'll be 7 next month, in August, month and a half, whatever. Is in the top 4% of the nation in his age bracket. So you know what I mean? Like it's
See,
like
it's fucking awesome because
Excuse
you
me, I keep
always hear.
burping.
That's right. You always hear, oh man, they had I had a bad childhood. So then people just keep self-replicating
right.
these
And they
problems.
look for excuses. You know, my oldest son. You know, he tag teams with me a lot. He just wrestled in Philly at the arena. He's a state champion amateur wrestler multiple times. You know, he won the Velma Kemp Award, which is like the highest award at the school. Always been in all honors. His senior year, he was all taking out college courses already because he pretty much finished his school up his junior year.
God damn.
That's
So when he
awesome.
says, Dad, I
Damn.
want to be a wrestler, you're like,
Nah, it was
Can't
cool.
say
So I
no.
mean, the cool thing about it was, I didn't push him into it. It was something he fell into. Like he always wanted to do it. He had the passion for it. So when he grew up in it with me, but I spent what hurts me is I spent a lot of time away from him. So I had to leave to chase it, and me coming from a broken family, I didn't want that, but it was necessary. But
when
you
you're
know, we still
tagging
had a
your son now,
relationship.
how great a feeling was that?
That's what's cool. But it's still a different feeling because, like my son got his mouth split open in Philly,
Yeah, I
and
saw the
he
pictures.
had to get stitches, and, I seen when it happened, and it's, people think wrestling is fake, and it's not.
Show Mayday. No.
Yeah. It's not, it's entertainment, but you get the shit beat out of you, and people don't really realize that. So, when I see my son in that pain, he's still my son. So,
Right.
like if I see some
Stop
random,
your fucking crying. Let's go.
Nah.
Ooh.
It's like I worry about him. It's a father's concern. Like I don't give him anything easy by any means. He still has to go through everything everybody else goes through. But I get excited watching his matches. But like when his face got busted open, I'm going, shit, I hope he didn't lose his teeth. I'm
Right,
hoping,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Oh.
Like I
Yeah,
hope he's all
fuck.
right. Like
This is going to
'Cause
get
you-
expensive.
yeah. Oh, he's already expensive. But look, I tell everybody my greatest accomplishment is my kids. I love my kids, but I want to encourage everybody out there, don't have kids. Enjoy your life. Look.
We're
Would have
with
made
you.
things a
We're-
little
we're-
bit
we're
easier,
not
right?
Yeah.
Well, is
I'd
he gonna be wrestling at X-rated?
X-rated, he is.
Oh,
That man-
what? That's
yeah,
awesome.
so he'll be
Oh, fun.
wrestling at X-rated. So, that's cool, man. I get to spend time with my kids. I get to travel with my oldest now. I missed a lot of time growing up with him because of my leaving to go chase wrestling because I wasn't here. But he understands it, and he didn't understand it as a child because he didn't understand why Daddy wasn't there. And I wasn't gone all the time, but I was gone a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it was necessity to give him the life that he's got now, and he does appreciate that, and he knows that I opened those doors for him. So for him to follow in my footsteps is amazing. And now my youngest son, I'm just hoping that he doesn't become like a mass murderer or something.
Hey, it could happen. You're gonna have
Yo,
both sides of yourself.
He's at
there.
home. Look. His mom will send me a picture, and she'll say, "Look what your son." She'll take his folder out from school. He loves horror films. He's
Oh
drawing
no, one
Freddy,
of
and
those.
He's drawing Jason.
Oh, God.
He's 6, bro.
He's gonna end up like Brawler.
So
Horror movies.
yes. So then he comes home the other day, and she sends me a picture of it. She says, "Look what he wrote at school." And he writes, "Your mama's so fat, Hawk did Hawk smash, and he fell down." You're like,
This is good.
yeah. So,
Oh man, you
This
could have
is-
your hands full.
dude,
of that.
like he's brutal. My 6
Maybe
year
it's time to go on the
That
road
dude's
again.
awesome.
Man, dude, you could also see WildKat on WUPL
My
My 54.
Saturday and Sunday nights. Saturdays at 10 p.m. Sunday nights at midnight. So if you listen to this radio station tonight, turn it over to My 54 UPL and at midnight, and you'll check out a new episode. Tonight's episode is an interview feature basically leading up to the iPay-per-view that we have that gets released tomorrow. So you'll hear interviews and some clips from Danny Flamingo, Jay Spade, Buku Dow. And it's just really their experiences in going into Philly and what they're expecting and how they feel different from this year compared to last year, things like that.
That's
so
pretty cool.
Every now and then we switch it up. I try and do things different with WildKat. and our TV. You know, we do have wrestling matches. We do have the shows. But one thing I like to do a few things different. One thing I like to do is I like to showcase other promotions. So there's so much hate going on everywhere else. You know, I'm not that guy. I open my doors to everybody who came here WrestleMania weekend. So again, like if you're a company and you use my guys, like the last couple of weeks we showcased MCW, Maryland Championship Wrestling, who we have a good working relationship with. Our guys were wrestling up there. We use some of their guys here. So why not showcase some of those matches on our television show here? That way our fans here get to see what's going on in Maryland and things like that.
They kind of grow together.
Right, exactly. And they've been around a lot longer than us, but you know, it's just for me, it's a respect thing. It's like I have the abilities to do so and put them on the map a little so more down here where fans might not know about them. So why not do it? They're doing great things. If more people were scratching each other's backs and helping each other out, we'd be a much better place, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, more people are just trying to stab each other in the back and worried about what the other person has and they don't have. And it's mostly because, again, like we talked about earlier, it's work ethic. You know, these guys are putting in work. Other people aren't willing to put in that work. They want everything free, cheap, or easy, you know, and they just want a handout. So Maryland Championship Wrestling's been around a long time. So, you know, and we've done it with ROW. ROW's done it with us, Booker T's place in Houston. We're going to do it with some more places in the future. But again, I'll go back to switching things up is sometimes we like to do Barbara Walters style interviews, if you want to compare it to that, on WildKat Wrestling. Instead of just coming and watching and, you know, a television show and seeing some wrestling, I want you to get to know the guys. I want you to know who Danny Flamingo is. I want you to know who Wildcard J Spade is, who Buku Dow is, who, you know, anybody is. Matt Lancey, all these guys, like Johnny Flex. You know, I want you to find out a little bit about these guys so you can be a little more personal with them when you see them, or you can know something other than what you see in just the ring when they perform.
Yeah, because if not, you're just watching two guys wrestle and fight each other. You need that story or that personal connection to somebody to care when they get hit. If not, it's just another Facebook video where somebody got punched in an IHOP. Like, you don't have any...
And it's the same thing, you know.
Whatever.
It's like we do with the, you know, and I got to give Andrew and Pablo credit for this. Is those guys want to do the Halloween special. You know, so for the last few years we've been doing a Halloween special.
Those are pretty funny.
Like a short movie, and they've been great. You know, and that has nothing to do with me. That's those guys, strictly those guys. I just said, they said, hey, can we do this and we can use the wrestlers for this? And I said, go ahead. That's a great idea. I think it's just, you know, something else that furthers us from being different than any other wrestling company around.
You're hitting all aspects of it.
Trying to. You know, and there's more to go, and we got some more ideas in the future we're running with. Again, we'll push the iPay-per-view that comes out tomorrow because this is the first one we've ever done. So a lot of people said they couldn't make it to Philly. A lot of fans from Louisiana wanted to check out the product. Now, hopefully, we get the support down here, and they spend $10 and watch the show. And
you go to WildKat.com. Is that what it is?
It's on Vimeo. If you go to WildKatWrestling.com, Cat with a K, WildKatWrestling.com. There's a link to it on there.
And you get tickets also, for the show. You can,
merchandise, anything you want. Now, also with our Facebook, you know, you go to WildKat Sports Entertainment on Facebook, our Instagram, you know, at WildKat Sports. Everything we do, we plug everything we're doing on there, on those social media sites. So you'll see the iPay-per-view links. You'll see, again, merchandise, tickets to the show, anything you want. I mean, I think we're going to put up Win the Date with Johnny Flex soon.
Oh, fun. All right.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah. Especially if you're a guy.
You know, Cheese will definitely be all on that.
Cheese will be on there.
You know what? I might just act like I'm Cheese and try to win it. And then give it to Cheese.
No, without a doubt.
Here you go, buddy. Happy birthday. His birthday's coming up. It'd be a perfect present. Here's Johnny Flex all tied up. Like, maybe him and Flamingo, they can all like just triple date, see which one wins it out.
It'd be a cesspool. They'd like that.
Well, Dom, I'll run through this real quick, man, because it was impressive as hell. I started looking you up and trying to do a little research. Before I did any research, we sat down to watch Preacher, and we're on season 2, and we get to like episode 2, and holy shit, I think it was 2 or 3. It's in the beginning.
It's the first New Orleans episode.
And there's Luke right there. Walks in, he's a bouncer in there.
I think it was 2, yeah. I played Doug the bouncer.
Yeah.
He fucking had a pretty good amount of screen time, too, on it.
It was decent. I thought it'd be a little more. You never know when you audition and what you get. And,
did you do more and then just cut some of it out?
Yeah. Of course, always.
That's got to be a pain in the ass.
When I did the Jason Statham film, damn, what's the name of it? I get a lot of brain farts. I had a lot of concussions.
Don't go Benoit on me. Just wait till you leave.
I won't ever do that.
All right, good.
No, I won't ever do that. But I did have a lot of concussions.
Was it Universal Soldier?
No, it was man, it was.
I got a bunch of it right here. I don't watch that guy's movies for some reason.
I like him.
It's actually a really good movie. Once I think of the name of it.
Were you doing stunts or you acting?
I had like a little stunt acting role in it, but I was on it for a long ass time. And when we did it, I was on it for about 6 weeks working on it, and after we finished filming it and it came out and everything, we were maybe in the movie for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like we were on it for so long. See, I'm looking up right now. IMDb.com. It's sad.
Just gotta check your own page,
dude. Yeah.
Dude, I know how it feels to get it cut out because I did like a bunch of paintings, probably 30 paintings when I first started, and a lot of them were really good. Some of my best work I've still done to this day, and I sold them all to Green Lantern, and I made a decent amount of money. I'm like, I'm gonna flip this money, and I'm gonna, I'll get bigger canvases and paint them and sell them for more, which that never really did work out, and they didn't even make it in the movie.
Oh, yeah, sad. Homefront was the name of the movie.
All right.
And it was actually a really good movie, man. I really enjoyed the movie because it was a little different style. It wasn't a typical Jason Statham movie. So, we had a lot of fun filming it, but I worked on that for like 6 weeks, man.
Damn.
For a minute, huh? That's crazy how movies work with that.
And I'm talking long days. Movies are, 10, 12, 14-hour days on average. Never really less than 12 usually. So your average day is a 12 days. So you work 5 days a week, 12 days straight, and you do that for 6 weeks. You're burnt.
It's gonna wear you down.
It wears you down, yeah.
Especially if you're doing stunts and shit.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of waiting, huh? You just wait and then you do the stunts.
Sometimes, and sometimes it's not, man. Sometimes it's full-fledged. It just depends on the scenes and what's being shot and what your part is in the film. But it's great, man. I never. Even when I have a rough day, and believe me, there's a lot of rough days on set, so I really appreciate the easy days and the easy gigs I get because I always think about all the hard days I have and the times where I hated wrestling. Even if I have a hard day, I go, man, this is so much better than when I was underneath the house doing plumbing.
Every day.
And in 150-degree heat. Not 150, but you know what I mean?
Like down here, it
feels like it, yeah.
15 minutes.
I hated it.
Yo, I'm going to run down some of your stunt credentials. Treme, you got to work on that. Green Lantern.
Early on, yeah.
G.I. Joe.
Yep.
Jack Reacher.
Yep.
You got the claws through the head.
Nice
that was pretty fucking
Logan.
awesome.
That was a pretty epic part, and my picture got blasted everywhere on that because, I was the first. This is where I make a little history at.
All right.
I was the first ever headshot kill to be seen by Hugh Jackman.
Gotcha, because all the other ones were like PG-13.
Yep.
This one, it went straight R, so you got the fucking straight claws through the skull.
Yep, so I was the first person to ever be seen doing that. So, I mean, that's a cool accomplishment. I remember when that movie came out, before it got, when the trailer came out originally, the release picture that was all over the internet. I cried like a baby because
You cry a lot, Luke. This is bad.
I do because I cry. I'm an emotional guy. I only cry like I think about how hard I worked to get somewhere. Again, like now I'm not like, oh yeah, I was in Logan, although it was so cool. And I was a big X-Men fan growing up, and as a kid,
man, yeah.
So I always wanted to be in comic book movies. But like now, I'm not doing it no more. Now I'm not on Logan right now. I'm focused on what I'm going to next. But like I said, the day that trailer dropped, I woke up in the morning and my phone was blown up. I mean, like I had 100 messages, I had emails, Facebook, and the first one I opened up was like I seen one of my top students and text me, and it was one of the top messages. So like I would have never opened up his message first for any reason,
right.
Because I said, man, if he's texting me, something must be wrong. And I had a ton of missed messages, so I just opened it up. And he says, hey, are you in Logan? And then the next message came up right after, and it was the picture of me with Hugh Jackman.
Is that you?
And I was like, dude, I called him up. I was like, where'd you get that from? He goes, dude, it's all over the internet right now.
Holy shit.
So
nice.
Yeah. So then I started reading through all the messages, and it was all from that. And I just started it was like a surreal moment where I sat back and I just started kind of crying.
I hit another level.
I was like, yeah, I never thought I'd be doing something like this. Like, not that I never thought. Like, you just don't know. And when you
Right.
work so hard and you feel underappreciated for all these years and you don't get credit for the things you do. I mean, like now, I don't get credit for the things I do in Louisiana wrestling and what I've run for wrestling in the South. And, you know, it's like...
Oh, but get fucking your claws through your head in a trailer, and that's it.
But
You made
that's...
it.
But, no, I'm saying, yeah, that's, you know what I mean? Like, and like, I usually don't dwell on what I don't have and what I don't get credit for. It kind of fires me up to work harder. And, you know, I always got passion and fire behind me. And there's guys that I watch, like Mark Bell and T.T. Fletcher, who really, you know, they're friends of mine, but they also fire me up. But when I seen that, it was just like, this is real. You know what I mean? Like, this is something you wanted your whole life, and this is something that people would kill for.
Right.
And this is you, and you've got it. So then I've changed. Like I said, now that it's over, though, I'm back on that what's next deal.
Right.
You know, I gotta
yeah,
get the
you
next
feel
thing.
justified for 5 minutes,
Yeah,
and you're like,
that-
all right, now what can I do now? Now you got to
that's
take it
the-
up a higher level before you cry.
That's
like,
where the stress comes
I want to
in.
get to cry again.
Yeah, that's where the stress comes in, because it's like, all right, that was cool, and that was awesome, and it was this, and it was that, but now I got to beat that. What can I do? How can I top that?
Well, it's good, though, because you got the drive. It's almost like a junkie, man. You got to keep going to the next level, but at least you're doing it something positive that's
Yeah.
helping other people around you, too. You're not dragging everybody down. You have that same intensity, but you're focusing it to something positive and productive.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and that's
you
part
called
of
him a
it.
junkie before knowing if you really had a drug addiction?
Yeah, I sure did. Thank you, man. God damn.
It's a adrenaline
Speaking
junkie.
of going up a notch, you do have you're going to be in the translation of Wounds. That's a new movie coming out.
I'm gonna be in what?
You're not going to be in that?
Wait, what is that?
Can you talk about that?
I don't even know what it is. What is it?
It's some movie with Armie Hammer, Zazie
Oh,
Beetz.
so okay. They dropped the name on it. Yeah. I just had a nice little role. I
I was about to say, oh boy, that fuck up.
Okay, so no. What's the name? Because you're telling me something I don't know.
I think it's the translation of Wounds.
Okay, so
I think. Now you got me nervous. I might, dude. I do fuck up.
So
Bro.
the thing is on that is I just worked on. I just had a nice little acting role on that with those guys, but the project was untitled, and it was called a Untitled Babak Anavari project. So that was the director.
It's based on a book or something. That's what I know.
Is it?
I think
okay,
so.
So I
This
think
is good. You don't even know. This is
well,
awesome.
yeah. Well, Bobbick wrote it, so I got brought on by the project. The guys were familiar with my work, and they called me in for an audition. So I went in and did a little audition and met with the director and them, and they loved me. So they wanted me right away. And the stunt coordinator, Kevin Beard, was the one who suggested me for the project. So I went and met with those guys, and then, I mean, we just hit it off right away.
Did you get to be intense?
I
like intense Luke, like that one that
I
beat
did.
ass.
I mean,
that
I had
fucking
a
dude-
fight scene. I had a real. So I've been right now. I've been in some real integral parts of movies that are, you know, big difference changers, like the Logan thing. You know, they translate that scene back to the comic book. That was like a comic book website just put out something the other day. Somebody tagged me in where it was like scenes from comic book movies that are actual scenes from comic books, and that was one of them.
Oh, well,
So,
that's
like,
cool. It keeps bringing itself back around too.
Yeah, it does. So, so this part, my scene in Bobbick's movie is the part where everything kind of comes together, and it's like the main. I'm trying to explain it without giving it away because I'm not supposed to really talk about it.
Right.
So,
It's like a climax, a major a shifting point in the
yeah,
movie.
yeah, it is. It's a shifting point, and it has everything to do with the ending of the movie.
Gotcha.
So that's a good way to put it. So I was trying to explain how to, you know, without giving it away. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't
right.
wanna give it
Yeah,
away.
I don't want
So-
you to get in trouble.
So, and
And
it
I
was
don't want you to
also- it
spoil
was
People
also-
get real fucking upset about that.
It was also, you know, it wasn't really my first horror film. I worked on a couple low budget horror films, but it was my first like full budget, like really cool. Like it has the potential to be a really good big horror film, you know. And like I said, it's a really cool scene for me.
You get to
So,
talk more
my
instead
part-
of just die.
Yeah. I've
It's
been
fun to see, and I'm like, oh, look at this, Luke. Oh, he's dead.
I've
Like,
been
fuck.
getting recommended a lot for those scenes more, you know, a lot more lines, a lot more, we call it stunt acting because I still do a stunt. I do stuff like that, but because of my presence, because of how I carry myself and you know, again, my acting abilities that they're fans of it. So, and it transitions over, like you see my promos, I say that's not me acting. You know, that's me in real life. And then, again, in films, I can transition that over.
You can
into
do that,
films.
right? You just start
Yeah.
thinking of Shane Douglas and a piece of shit that
Well-
he is. And you're like, look, I'll fuck you and Justin Credible up and I'll focus that
That's
anger.
right, with my hands tied behind my back. So
You beat ass, bro. That's what you do.
Ass.
Well,
I beat ass. That's what I do.
fucking right, man. Dude, fun.
I'm gonna have to make that my ringtone.
Dude, we didn't even talk about. We didn't even talk about Tommy Dreamer is going to be.
So Tommy Dreamer's coming
X-rated.
down. X-rated, June 23rd, man. We're stacked up at the Shamrock. It's always our biggest show of the year. It's everybody's favorite show. And I say that because, you know, of course, Revolution Rumble is a massive show too, but it's a different style of show. That's a family-friendly show. With this show, the adults get to come out and be kids, but they get to drink alcohol legally.
Which by match 3,
yeah, they're tanked and they're cursing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So great.
Yeah,
Yelling.
it's hardcore, man. It's a hardcore show. It's something we only do once a year. So every other show is family friendly. So we're busting it out. And this year we got Tommy Dreamer coming in. We have Black Taurus coming in from Mexico. And I know a lot of people here have no idea who that guy is.
I don't know. I seen it. Is that the one with the
awesome.
Minotaur
Yeah,
head?
he's got a Minotaur head.
Oh,
so he
God.
wrestles with that on. It's a
Oh, what?
badass
Are you
match.
serious?
Yeah, he's a
Oh,
he's
God,
a
that's
badass
dangerous.
luchador from Mexico.
Oh,
So
dude, he's
gonna
got a
jump and
wicked
fly
hat. Like his
around?
headdress is
yeah,
fucked up.
He's a little tank. He's jacked. He's
Oh,
a
I gotta
little.
see this.
This dude's awesome. So we got him coming in from Mexico, and I seen pictures of him. I never seen him wrestle, and then when I seen him in Mexico, I was like, man, we got to get this guy in WildKat.
Yeah, because you went and wrestled in Mexico at like a Lucha Libre.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot actually. So I've been going down there a lot, and I seen that guy, and I was just like, oh my god, this guy's got star written all over him. I mean, he's already a star in Mexico.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, it's a whole
Gotta
different
bring him
market.
around here.
Yeah, we got to bring him over here. So.
God, I can't wait to get drunk and yell things at him.
Well,
Oh, it's going to be fun.
he doesn't speak English, so he won't
Oh,
understand
really?
it. Yeah.
I'll learn.
Nice.
I'll learn 2 words by then.
Bring a translator. So yeah, he's wrestling Steve Anthony, that's going to be a hell of a match. Johnny Flex is wrestling. Who else we got coming? Oh, we got Lacey Lane, who is the Crash Mexican Women's Champion, against Barbie Hayden. Both really good wrestlers.
Really?
Not only hot, like guys want to see hot chicks, right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
always
yeah.
like, "Who's the girls? We want to see girls. We want hot chicks, right?" Well, I'm not all about hot chicks. Like, I mean, personally, I'm about hot chicks.
Right.
But
Hey, good
wrestling
in a managerial role or something
I
like
wanna
that.
I want to see girls who can go at it.
Right.
You know, what I mean, I want to see girls who whoop ass.
Because the hot's
So-
only fun for a couple of minutes, and then when you're watching them do a horrible wrestling match,
it's
pulling
like
hair,
it's
you're
like the
"Ah."
old saying goes: you can have the hottest girlfriend in the world if somebody's tired of her shit, right? So, like,
Back in the day when we were watching
Yeah.
WWE and WCW, you're watching the chicks and you're just hoping you catch a tit fly out in the middle of the match. Other than that, you're like, this is boring.
I still hope that, though, but not at wrestling. Like when I'm at the grocery store, so I'm like, man, I hope that chick over there at register 4. It's almost out.
Boy, and
Come
if,
on.
Yeah, and if they have a kid with them, or they forget all about them
It
things,
was
they
fun.
just fly
It
out.
was fun.
But man, dude, I can't wait. It's fun. I gotta ask you this because we got in trouble before with it, and I just gotta know before we get there.
All right.
The first couple of times, we chanted ECW in a couple of parts. Is that a like somebody? I don't remember who it was. Somebody was busting my balls
Yeah,
about
because
it.
ECW's not around no more. You know, and then I'll these shows are loosely based off of ECW, but not. They don't revolve around ECW.
What would you think if I told
what-
you, in my defense, though, when I'm chanting ECW, it's less about the company and more about what the company kind of stood for or was. So if
And
somebody
what
does
the-
something reminiscent of ECW, I
It's
think
awesome.
chanting ECW is like giving it.
It just goes to show
Giving
you
it credit.
again how much that company meant, right? So here it is, 20 years later, and it's still being chanted. It hasn't been around. When did it close down? 2000, 2001, something like that.
I think so. I just seen that. I think they got.
2002.
Thank you, bro.
2002? So I knew it was somewhere around there, but it's to still hold that credibility and that monumentalship. That's a word I just made up, by the way.
Oh, that's good.
But
I'm writing that shit
it's-
down.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like fucking flamingo, dude.
And then I need a what do you call it? I need a trademarked that word.
Too late, I already did. Quick, what do you think Sally's doing in the bathroom?
Oh my God.
She just leaves. She started talking about ECW and she bailed.
She's throwing up right now.
Sorry, man.
She's probably thinking about last time Tommy Dreamer came to town.
Oh, yeah, right. She likes your boy, the country dude. I forget his name. I bought a mask from him last time. No, man, he's the country guy.
Oh, Tracy Smothers?
Yes, yeah, that's Allie's favorite.
She banged Tracy Smothers?
No, she just liked to cheer for him.
Oh, okay.
I think. I don't know. Maybe she did. I don't
Wear
know.
this mask.
I was...
So you're making me feel bad. It does sound like you're saying it's inappropriate.
No, it's not. It's just, we're at WildKat. And here's the thing is the X-rated shows are, again, are loosely based off of ECW. Not 100%, not even 50%. It's just when you have that type of atmosphere, that's what ECW was. So it's like, of course, that's kind of where you get the credit from. And then we bring in ECW guys on these shows. We try and bring in Dreamer or Sandman or, Tracy Smothers, who's on every one. There's, Al Snow, several other guys we've had in that or at least tried to have. I can't remember who all the guys.
You had Sandman. You had
Sandman.
Raven showed up.
Raven, of course, always Stevie Richards, Blue Meanie, those cats. The BWO.
That's great to see Stevie Richards too, man. He's still a hell of a performer, an athlete in great shape,
in phenomenal shape. There's guys. There's like really 4 that I give credit to for really taking care of themselves this far into their careers and in life. And Stevie Richards, Billy Gunn, Bob Holly, Al Snow. Those guys across the board are in tip-top physical condition. And Stevie's 44, 45, I think, and Al Snow, Bob, Billy, they're like 53.
That's wild. So,
and it's crazy because they're jacked and they're strong and they're they're healthy, and it's just you see some guy. I mean, look at Just Incredible. I mean, if you go back and you go read his Twitter, watch his dumbass videos.
I'm not reading any more Twitter.
he's so
he
screwed
wears a
up.
diaper.
He's so screwed up on drugs.
Oh, what?
And like he looks so bad. He looks so bad. But it's where these guys took themselves and put themselves on this side of the spectrum, and these other guys took themselves and put themselves over here. Most of the guys that are over here to your other side are dead. There's not many.
It does not seem like an easy life.
No, especially from that ECW genre. Those guys, man, it's amazing. There's probably more dead than alive. If you went back and looked at it, I would be willing to say that there's more dead guys from that genre than that are alive.
Damn. Last question, Luke.
All right.
New Jack. Any possibility that he ever comes? No, it's
no.
too much trouble.
I mean, not even though it's trouble. No, he's got nothing to offer. You know what I mean? I've always had a love-hate relationship with New Jack, and that goes back to my trainer, Vic Grimes. Him and Vic Grimes hated each other, and
that was real.
That was real.
That was real hate.
You know what I mean? So some of that came off onto me. So me and Jack had it out a few times, and we've always settled differences and always talked and whatever. The last interactions between us were positive, but I'm a businessman. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna have trouble, it ain't gonna be in my place of business. You know what I mean? It's gonna be somewhere where, and I'm not saying I would have trouble with him. But I'm just saying I'm not gonna put myself in that position.
Right. The insurance company find out, it's gonna get expensive.
Well, it's not only that. Like Jack's one of those guys, and this is where you gotta give credit to him as well. He's always done things his way on his timetable. Whatever he wants to do, he's gonna do. So I can't have guys like that around here.
I understand.
You know what I mean? Not when I'm footing the bill. Not when, my company and my reputation's on. Because, look, I could sit here and talk tough guy all day. You know what I mean? I could say we fight. I kick his ass. He kicked my ass. If he did something, you know, if he screwed up my show, I would punch him in the mouth. You know what I mean? But what does that solve?
Yeah, not much. He'll stab your ass.
I'm not worried about shit like that. See,
right.
you know what I mean? Like
I am fucking.
see, like that's
See,
the
that's
shit.
the problem. I'm asking for a fucked up reason
Well, that's
because
the
I
thing
know that the potential for New Jack to do something really horrible that would be very entertaining for me.
I want to go
but
back.
it could
Bad
be
for
very
somebody
bad
else.
for everybody else.
Nah,
Like,
I want to say this though. Like,
It's selfish.
Like, I don't care about shit like that because motherfuckers saying they stab you. That don't intimidate me. Again, I grew up on the streets. I seen motherfuckers get stabbed. I had somebody get their fucking head blown off 5 feet from me. So, and I witnessed it. So, you know what I mean? Like that's like
you and
that
them
shit.
lemon
But
Raiders,
I'm
boy,
saying,
you don't fucking
I'm
play.
saying that shit don't intimidate me.
Right.
I'm just saying as a business, but that's the side of Luke Hawx that grew up on the streets. The side of Luke Hawx now is a businessman worried about my family. I'm not going to put somebody like that in my company that can potentially cost me money when I'm trying to make money to pay my guys and pay our
Fucking
bills
right.
and do this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, fuck
it's not
me
worth
and my
it.
entertainment level, huh? No.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
fuck
saying.
you.
Yeah,
No, I
it
understand,
is. It's not
totally.
worth it. It ain't, you know what I mean? Like, if you can't be a business professional, like, again, like, it's not one of those things like a threat. You know what I mean? It's not a threat. It's not like, oh, well, I can hear. Most guys are, if they want to play the tough guy role. If such and such was around me, I would do this. Well, yeah, well, why would you put yourself in a position? Now, if we out in the streets or we on another show, you know what I mean? Like,
It happens, then
something
you
happens,
deal
like,
with it, but
yeah,
you're not going to go put yourself
I'm
in
not
that
gonna put myself in that
environment.
environment. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're too smart for that. All right.
Right.
So,
Well, dude, that was like just, I only asked that because that's like my last ECW guy that I didn't really
well,
kind
he
of
doesn't.
see.
He doesn't really do much anymore, neither.
Really?
You know, I seen him I seen him over the summer last
I
year.
see why. Well, you sound like a
I mean,
handful.
he's older too, and he's gotten in a lot of trouble, and I know he's won in a lot of places and stuff like that. So
That's a shame.
But he put himself in that.
He's one of the
position.
ones that I wish it was more of an act because it was so good.
He-
and you just go, man, that wasn't an act.
Again-
Fuck, now it kind of
again,
loses.
he lives-
Yeah,
he
it
lives-
gains a little on the entertainment
He
level.
lived his
but-
life. He lived his life. So like what you seen is what you got. So, you know what I mean? Like that's one of those things where
F for fucked.
it's what you seen is what you got. That wasn't an act for camera. What New Jack is what New Jack is. You know, and it made him successful, but it also hurt him.
Yeah, it's his
He
own
paid
worst
for it,
enemy.
Yeah.
Right. So
The very thing that made him is the thing that destroyed him.
him. Yeah,
you gotta
goddamn.
know. I mean, look, bro. When I was about to kill Shane Douglas in Philadelphia, New Jack's the one who calmed me down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, New Jack was like,
Well, when New
Luke-
Jack's talking sense
yeah.
to you.
So Jack's like, Luke, you gotta calm down. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. You know what I mean? Like,
Just
I was
set up the
literally-
tables and throw them off
Shane
the top.
Douglas. Shane had personal security. This is a couple years ago.
Was this at a match or
Yeah,
was
this
this?
is at a show. Shane had personal security. He was blocked off in the office, so I couldn't get around because like I was ready to kill this dude, bro. So legit. So like,
Does this happen on camera? This is
nah,
like
nah,
y'all
this is
not even
backstage
rolling.
stuff.
Oh,
This
really?
Is all,
Real
yeah, this
shit.
is all
Holy
real
God.
shit. Had nothing to do with no storylines and nothing. Like this
You
all.
just show
me
up
and
one
Shane-
night and you like, I'm
no,
fucking
we
this
were on
motherfucker
a
up.
show together. It was he was one of the bookers, but like Shane didn't want me there, but the other guys did. The other 4 guys did. So like, and we would have it out, and like he was like, I told him when I see you, I'm fucking you up. Like they ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like when you in front of me, I'm beating your ass. So this
I'll
is,
whoop ass.
Yeah,
That's
so-
what
so
I do.
This had nothing. So, bro, I was in the middle. Like, I don't remember what happened, but something happened, and I was throwing a fit. And something fired me up. Oh, I know what it is. Shane Sabu had OD'd the night before.
Oh, shit.
So Sabu OD'd the night before, and Just Incredible tweeted a picture of it.
Oh, what the
Like-
fuck you mean? A picture of him like fucking
like
out of it?
he was out of it in a chair, just like slumped over. So Just Incredible took a picture of him
Oh.
and tweeted it, right? So now Sabu's my boy. So Sabu, and I got a lot of respect for Sabu, man. A lot of respect for Sabu. So like they had to rush him to the emergency room, and this went all out on the internet. So I'm not telling people something they don't know, you know. But this went all out on the internet. And of course the picture of Sabu went out and all that bullshit. Well, Just Incredible came in the next day to the show, and Sabu didn't make it to the show because obviously he was in the hospital.
Yeah, he had a little recovery there.
Just Incredible ODs in the back.
Oh, what? You got your phone out?
So
You're
I
like,
took a
okay.
picture.
Oh,
of him,
yeah.
and I put that shit out on the internet.
Doom,
Right?
doom,
Yeah.
doom.
So then,
Another one bites the dust.
so the whole show gets fucked up, and Shane looks terrible. And I don't even remember who Shane was wrestling. I think he wrestled somebody who had to wrestle twice, maybe like Jerry Lynn or something. But yeah, and
Because half the company's ODing.
Bro, the company was the crowd was shitting on it. So I was furious. I was like, this guy is headlining the company. This guy looks like shit. He's fat. He's out here trying to, you know, I mean, like I'm like, he's gonna sit here and run his mouth about me all the time and disrespect me when I'm in the gym. I'm working hard and I'm trying to make things better. And this guy's out here spending money on this and that. You know what I mean? It's ripping people off. And so, and I was like, I'm beating his ass when he gets to the back. Like I was fine. I'm just waiting for the match. I'm like pacing, like by the curtain, like pacing.
You're taking
like,
this shit personal at this point.
It was always personal.
Yeah.
So like he legit had security and shit there, so I couldn't come around him. And then Jack's trying to calm me. Jack's like, Luke, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. You gotta, you know, like because he's like, this ain't good. This ain't like he knew, what was coming down. So I don't even remember what. I know like a lot of people got in between us, and it was a shit show. But
And y'all did wrestle each other after this.
we just wrestled each other for the first time
On a pay-per-view. You built the fuck out of that. I want to watch this now. Because, dude, it ain't like, it ain't a joke. Like, that had to feel good. Did you get to at least like body slam him once? Or give him a good,
you know,
hit him a couple of times.
What I thought about
stiff, huh?
before I went out was this took me almost 20 years to get this. And he is not the Shane Douglas that he was when I admired him and when I idolized him. But at the same time, he's still Shane Douglas. So it's my job to go out there and get every fucking thing I thought I worked for and that I thought I earned and that I missed out on.
And he knew you were coming for him.
Oh, yeah.
He knew it was going to be a long night.
He knew. I mean, we had no interaction beforehand. We're not friends. You know what I mean? Like, I'm surprised that he accepted the match because, he declined it for so many years. And that was a lot to do with the fire inside me is because he declined it. You know what I mean? Like, he would never
I
give
just
me
let
credit.
this build. Did you
just,
worry that you weren't going to be able to stop hitting him?
Nah, I was just like, the worry for me was the pressure of putting on a great event for the fans. You know what I mean? No matter if there was 10 people there, if 10,000 people there, it was like, you got to be, I'm going to get mine regardless, right? I'm going to get mine. But at the same time, I need people to go home and go, my fucking God, that was awesome. You know what I mean? Because you can't take one situation and make it a selfish situation. And you know, like, if you got to defend yourself or if you got to prove yourself, that's one thing. But at the same time, things have to be business-related, respectable for the fans aspect. You know what I mean? I just can't go, I can't go to a convention and punch him in the face, in front of you when you waiting in line and to
all right, you don't want to fuck up somebody else's time to get your kind of kicks off or
you know what I mean? Yeah, that's not
satisfaction.
Yeah,
You're like, I'm
I'm
gonna
do mine when I do mine.
I can't wait to watch this match now.
So,
you want to watch this, baby?
I kind of want to see it.
You want to see that? You did good job.
Years,
fuck
dude.
out of me.
Goddamn, good promo.
No shit.
Jeez.
So, I mean, that's just legit, though, man. You know what I mean? And that's the adult in me because 10 years ago, I wouldn't have thought like that. I'd have been like, there he is, get his ass.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and even a few years ago, I was like that. Like at the shows, that's why he had to be barricaded away from me. That's why he had to. When I mean walk with a team of security guards, I mean walk with a team of like security guards. Like
he wasn't no slouch, man. This is a big dude.
Yeah. So it's just like
that's fun, man. God damn.
That's life, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like this is real life. This is behind
the scenes. Not for me. I
shit.
just play Rocket League.
right.
That shit stresses me out.
But I'm saying this is real life shit. You know what I mean? This is shit that goes on outside of wrestling or inside of wrestling. You know, that you guys don't see and that other people don't see. Because everybody thinks awesome. They go, oh man, it's so awesome you get to do this. And how is it working with this guy? And all these guys are friends backstage. They go after their match, they drink a beer together. That's what I always heard.
Like, nah,
I
it's
said,
more
yeah.
like fucking blowing heroin.
Yeah. No. It's like, nah, like I'm gonna beat
It's real
this
deal.
I hate this motherfucker. And when people tell me that, they go, hey, do you really like this guy? You friend? I said, let me ask you a question. What do? You go to school or you work at fucking Lowe's? What you doing? Oh yeah, I work at this place. I said, well, you like everybody you work with? Oh hell no, man, I hate these two. And I said, well,
What makes it any different?
yeah, then what makes it any?
Because he
freaking
can't
different?
go fucking drop kick him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw him against the fucking tape measure
But I'm
aisle and
saying,
fucking
like,
lay him out.
They think that, you know what I mean? They think that, like, everybody's cool and they think that everybody, gets along and, and no, it's not like that, man. It's real life. Like, personalities clash, this person bangs this guy's old lady, this person.
What's
you know what
wrong
I mean?
with that?
Like,
Some people ain't into that cheese.
but But I'm saying it happens just like anything else. You know what I mean? That it's everything's real life. Like there's backstabbing going on. There's guys who used to be best friends who, I mean, look at the Edge and Matt Hardy stuff with Lita. Like when Matt
That
was
was
out
all
with
real,
Broken,
huh?
It was all real, and it all came to fruition in front of TV because of real life stuff. Matt Hardy was out on an injury. And his best friend was banging his girlfriend behind his back.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So it's
That's
like
some real ass shit.
it's
fucked up.
yeah.
But you
So,
almost.
and then Matt Hardy got fired over it, like because Edge was like the golden boy, and
What if Edge wants it, he gets it.
So
How did they ever? That dude was horrible.
and-
I hated him.
Yeah,
They
I
kept
can't
trying to
imagine
put
either.
him over, and
But-
it just wasn't working.
and the internet was so strong, like they got wind of everything, so they were so strong they had to bring Matt Hardy back, and like, they didn't have to,
Yeah, it
but
was
it was
smart.
like the smart thing
Well, you
to
know
do for business.
What
because
Vince McMahon does is all right, this is what I got. That's what we have to work with. Let's do something with it. When you're in entertainment, you got to kind of take real life and let it blend over. Like, all right, that's what it is. Let's fucking make money off of it.
yeah.
Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on, Luke. I can't wait for the event.
No problem.
Dude, June 23rd.
June 23rd,
Shamrock.
WildKat presents X-Rated. 7 p.m. bell time. Doors open at 5 p.m. that day because it's the bar, so they want you to come and get tanked up early. Excuse me, I keep burping, man. I'm
Ain't
burping.
nothing, man. It
Wrap
happens.
it up, man.
So we got
Weight
some
shakes.
huge matches planned. So all your favorite WildKat stars will be there, including myself. Tommy Dreamer's coming in, the girls, Barbie Hayden, Lacey Lane. Carlito's making his WildKat debut.
What?
So he's gonna be spitting in the face of people
What?
who's not cool.
That's Carlito's way.
That's his way, yeah. And then we got my son PJ Hawx. This will be his first X-rated performance.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Outlaw Matt Lancey, Johnny Flex, Pump Patrol, the whole 9 yards. The whole team's gonna be there. So come out, and you never know what's gonna happen. Might have a little few surprises in store as well.
Oh, well, yeah, you usually have like a surprise guest sometimes. All kinds of shit goes
Yeah,
down.
and,
We got tables this year. I can't wait.
And there's girls, there's always hot girls drinking. If you're a single guy and you want to, be like a real creepy guy and hit on a hot chick, like buy her drinks, that's the place to do it at.
And them chicks, they go to wrestling. They like it when you get tanked up and yell shit and get into the match. You don't even have to be cool. Like, you get into that shit, these chicks are like, yeah, this is fucking remind me of Edge.
And the girls that come to pro wrestling, they're not looking to bang the wrestlers. They're looking to bang other wrestling fans.
Right,
So,
yeah.
keep that in mind. Come on.
God damn, you good. Jesus.
I would say it's the opposite for me, but I'm sure some of the girls.
Okay,
All right.
we got some wrestlers there. Well, we were just talking about while we were in the bathroom. We heard
Looks
that
like,
you
all
and-
right,
You
Czar,
and,
move it
you
along.
and Tracy Smothers had a little run.
Yeah, did you have a little
I don't know
run?
what happened. Like, he added me on Facebook, and I was like so honored. I'm like, oh my god! Like, he added me as a friend. Like, he requested me.
Yeah.
And I was
Requested the nudes.
stoked. And I followed him, and he always posted like cat videos and cute animals and stuff. And I was like,
wait, Steve Richards or Tracy Smothers?
Tracy Smothers.
I've never seen Tracy post a cat
Dude, he
video.
does, motherfucker. I don't know which account this was. Unless this wasn't really him. But I was going to tag him earlier, and I looked at my phone, and I found that we're not friends anymore.
Oh, well.
And I know I didn't delete him, so
It might have been
lot.
a fake account.
Yeah, right.
It might have been fake.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of cats and like cute videos.
Dude, if you also go to wildcatwrestling.com, cat with a K, dude, you can rent the pay-per-view to see.
Not rent it,
see
you can
Luke
buy
Hawx.
it. $10,
You can buy
man.
it. All
You
right,
can buy it for
$10.
$10. You own it, watch it as many times as you want. And
Nice.
anytime you want, anywhere. All you gotta do is sign into your Vimeo account, and you can, watch it. So it's on demand. And if you follow me on social media, you know what my accounts are. If you don't, my personal account is at Luke Hawx 504, LUKEHAWX 504. And you gotta say that. You gotta slow it down.
No,
you gotta make sure you pronunciate the 0, not the O, because I go, I'll put 504 in, and yeah. So, but
look,
yeah.
we weren't the only people that went to Riverdale.
So then, and then our business pages are at WildKat Sports. So we're on every social media outlet there is: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Don't do the Snapchat. My old lady doesn't really approve of that. They got these.
Oh, is that one that it disappears
these
at a
girls
time?
like to send you these videos with their skin.
Snap
Like,
on.
Really? Just send them to you out the blue.
Yeah,
you don't
just
even
send
have
them
to
out
ask
the blue,
for
and
it.
they
Next
go-
thing you know.
So I said, hey.
Yeah,
You know.
got to cut something out.
Yeah.
Well, dude, good job, man. I appreciate it.
I'm Catholic. So.
You don't know nothing about the Bible, but they did take your foreskin at an early age.
They did. That they did.
Good shit, man. Thank you. Can't wait to see you at X-Rated.
Yeah.
Let's tear it down. Thanks for having me on. It was fun.
Dude, fun
Fucking
shit.
right,
Luke Hawx. We're going to play some music at break by Luco.
Woo!
And we may or may not have PPV guys, not real movie news. I don't even know what we're going to do in the second hour. We kind of ate into it. It doesn't matter. Dude, Luke, thank you so much. Check them out, wildcatwrestling.com.
Check me out and buy our pay-per-view.
You're listening to Not Real Radio.
Time, weather, and
Not real music.
Not real news.
Not real guests.
Not real reviews.
Subscribe to one of the many ways you can listen.
SoundCloud.
iTunes.
Stitcher,
Google Play Music.
YouTube.
or your favorite podcast app.
Listen live Sunday nights at 8 p.m. on MixLR.
Or just visit notrealradio.com.
Where you can buy a t-shirt.
Make a donation.
Transcending radio, one show at a time.
Not real music.
Not real news.
Not real guests.
Not real reviews.
Thank you for listening.
Not Real Radio.
NotRealRadio.com.
listening to Luco. This is Not Real Radio. It's Luco spelled L-V-K-K-O.
Do you remember last week when we had this conversation?
I wasn't saying it for my sake. I was saying it for the listener's sake.
The tides are turning. It went well. It's going downhill.
Yeah, right.
We can just about wrap it up.
Get Luke back in here.
I'm
Whoop
sorry.
ass.
He was so
That's what he
compelling
does.
and interesting that I just was quiet for so long. Now I got to say something.
Yeah, we're going to play with Luco. Zombies Eating Sheep is going to Hattiesburg, Mississippi this weekend.
Yes, we are.
We're going to get
Good
into
old
that
boy.
a little bit later.
Never mean to know how.
The Skull Crusher. I kind of want to get into it now, but we're gonna save it. We're saving it.
God, all right.
We went a little bit long with Luca, but I felt like it was it was needed.
Oh, it's worth it.
Most
Like,
def.
super
Dude.
fucking interesting.
Super interesting, and god damn, like,
What?
dude,
What?
the
Tell me.
list that the list that I had was impressive enough. But then hearing it from him and just kind of like rattling off all the other shit, it's like, dude, you're doing movies that they don't even have a title to. Like, that's pretty heavy shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
He's a real motherfucker too.
Yeah, he is.
Like
Yeah,
so real.
dude,
Like
does
yeah,
not
I
give a
got
fuck.
angry. Yeah, I cried.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if I would have asked him, he probably would even have said, yes, I get nervous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
real ass shit. He's a real dude, and you don't look. Nothing he says makes you look kind of down on him. Everything he said was just like, God damn, this dude. He's like a fucking model of how
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
make it.
Aspiring. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
He's a role model in a way. I don't
Definitely.
wrestle.
So even if he's completely full of shit,
Oh, he's
he
got me
fucking
pumped
knows
up.
of
He
everything.
fucking
I want to watch that
Right.
fucking eye pay-per-view, dude. I'm
Goddamn,
ready.
I
I'm
I
ready
want to
to
watch
roast
it too,
something,
man. We
you
gotta
know?
watch it together somehow.
Yeah, for
Golly.
you to want to watch wrestling, like
I know, and I don't really necessarily like wrestlers, nor, you know, I think I would maybe have probably a negative connotation and a negative outlook on them.
we should have talked about this a couple of minutes ago.
I know, and he
All
could
right.
have fucking kicked me in the fucking chest.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to chop you.
First shock me, now kick me. All
Yeah,
right,
right.
he needs to kill
Sorry,
him, Joan.
pal.
But after talking to him and spending, you know, the last hour or better listening to him, dude, I like him. He's
Really?
he's a genuine person. He's a hard worker. He gets it. He cares about his family. It's like, dude, you're doing everything right. And not comparing it in any way, but listening to how he kind of like struggled to go into it, it kind of reminds me of like having to do the shit that I didn't want to do in the studio world and the things that I had to kind of go up to. And
You
it
can relate
reminded
to
me-
it.
I could relate to it.
And
how
nobody gave me
satisfying it-
shit,
Right.
and I had to work for it too. And
Yeah. Not saying he had it
It's
nearly
fun
as
to
hard
watch
on the
him
streets.
succeed.
I never saw anybody get their heads shot off. I'll tell you that much.
Right,
Like,
right.
goddamn, that's some OG shit. But, dude, it's very inspiring to hear that. And I'm even more pumped now. I was pumped from last year, but I'm even more pumped to go see this now. Like, I feel like I've got something more invested into it. Like, yeah, I want him to fucking win. You know what I mean?
All right.
Like, things like that.
Yeah, no, I'm right with you. And the good thing about him is you don't get this great story, and then he gives you the product and it's shit. And you're like, oh, well, that was
Right.
good that he's
Yeah.
trying. He's worked so
Right.
hard.
No,
his product is good because he has attention. He also makes the most of the opportunities. And it's like, man, that's what I think is most inspiring.
Sure. I liked hearing the part two, kind of like that at a definitive moment, because I said I heard him say he had a couple different ones, but the Logan one was kind of cool. You know what I
Oh,
mean? That
fucking
really
right.
that kind of hit home in a way where it's like, man,
Went straight through the fucking
yeah,
cranium.
but you know what I mean? Like that's the first one. People were fucking, it blew up, things like that. It's nice to hear that. You
It's
know
kind of
what I
like
mean?
with music. You do all this like underground shit or whatever, right?
Right.
And your family, no matter how good you do or how
Yeah, they
cool
don't
you think
care.
you
They
are,
don't
your family don't care.
Right.
But goddamn, you get used for a commercial.
Right.
On
Oh,
their,
one
on their
commercial, huh? Yeah. And then
fucking
fucking
something
your
about
superstar.
Raymond, and next
Right.
thing you know, they're all about it. You finally
Right.
made it.
Yeah.
It's like this was to
I
me.
believed in you the whole time. It's like, no, you didn't. You were never banging on my door until right now.
Yeah, right.
But
Man.
yeah, that was fun, man.
All right,
That was
Allie,
really
you
fun.
liked it, Luke, more or less?
Oh, I think he's great. I didn't know anything about him, so I didn't really have an opinion at all. It was kind of like neutral. I thought the stuff he did was cool and like the stunt stuff. I didn't know much about it. I saw him wrestle. I thought he was cool. But as a person, wow, yeah, he's genuine.
Nice. All right, that was fun.
It was.
That was nice of him to come and do this show.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm
I
thankful
know.
for that.
Oh, absolutely.
Like man, you know.
Especially looking at his schedule, I'm like, damn, he's probably going to shoot a movie or go work out or something right now, right? 3.
Right.
There you go, baby.
Him and Lazy Eye. Man, all right, good shit. Mayday, is that what you got to say? Oh, wait, no, time out.
Oh,
my-
boy.
go-
Oh, boy.
Rewind.
Oh, boy. All right,
Coming back.
ready?
You just listened to Luco. That was
Yeah.
LVKKO for your benefit, not mine.
That's actually. Didn't we talk about this last week?
Mayday.
I thought we were redoing the show.
PPV guys. Did they send one in?
They did.
They did. All right, so we could stop making a deal over that. It was just like one little snafu
I think it
for
was one little
week.
hiccup.
All
Yeah,
right,
I think
gotcha.
something was going on.
And actually, it was their best work that they ever did.
Oh, I
kind of
know.
want to
I
listen to
agree.
that again. I'm
Yeah,
looking
me too. Yeah,
forward
play that same
to
way.
the day they don't send
Yeah,
one
me
in
too.
so we can listen to
Yeah,
that
I
again.
know. Oh, it's going to happen one day. It's just when. It's not if, it's when.
But it's not today. So
It's
here's
not today.
PPV guys, not real movie news.
That?
We are Popcorn, Piss, and Vinegar, and this is Not Real Movie News. My name's Chris.
My name's Scott, see?
And I'm JB4.
All right, so I didn't assign news to you fellas, so hey, look, rock, paper, scissors real quick, okay? Look, between you two. Let's do it. Come on.
Okay. Todd McFarlane's working on a small-budgeted Spawn movie. And Jamie Foxx will be playing that title character. Another movie I don't necessarily think needs to come out. This one.
Oh, I don't know. I'm intrigued by this one.
Yeah.
And the reason why is McFarlane said that the only way he would ever do a movie based on Spawn is if he was able to write and direct it. And a lot of people kind of laughed him off, but Blumhouse came in and was like, hey man, I'll give you a shot. How much money do you need? And he says, I can do this entire movie for like $15 million. Okay. So I'm very curious as to see how this is going to all play out. And he said Spawn is actually going to be a character that's kind of playing in the background. He's not really the lead.
Yeah,
and
it's
going
like
to be
he's Jaws. It's a horror movie.
Yeah, and it's done as a horror movie. And I'm really curious
like
to see how
horror
it's going to
movies.
play out. But yeah, Jamie Foxx, I mean, dude, the guy's a fucking monster talent, man. I mean, that's a serious
He crushed
get.
it as Electro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
no, motherfucker crushed it as fucking Django Unchained and fucking Ray
He did.
Charles. So
Yes, he did.
I'll give
Yes,
him
he
that.
did. Yeah.
All right, what you got, JB?
James Mangold, director of Logan, will be writing and directing a Boba Fett movie for Lucasfilm Asterisk, predicated on how they handle the Solo fallout.
Yeah, right.
So it's that there's a bigger maybe behind that than I think they are letting on right now. But I mean, I like the idea. I know there's a lot of people that are like, we don't need that story.
I'm one of them.
We don't need any stories about anybody that isn't brand new.
Only new stories.
I just hope they quit making Star Wars movies. So
Me too.
There it is. Yeah, I just hope they fucking stop. That's it.
Wasn't there one other item?
I'm just tired of hearing people fucking complain.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Make them for me. Send them to my house, dude. I'll watch them.
Exactly.
It's all good. I won't have to worry about people fucking mashing fucking jujubes in the theater and talking like fucking fuckholes and all that. So
Maggots.
works out good. Just mail it to my house.
Yeah. Don't forget about Legion.
Mail it to your house? You
Yeah, mail it to my
mailed
house.
to your house?
Yeah, dude, mail it to my house. I'll pop
Are you
it.
going to put it on your projector?
Fuck no, I'm going to put it on my
Watch it on your
Betamax,
VHS.
motherfucker. That's it. Traditional classic format. I'm into nostalgia. So,
agree, dude.
all right, well, look, we appreciate you guys listening. Make sure to check out us, Not Real Radio, and Scary Thoughts on iTunes. 5 stars and a review, goddammit. End scene.
All right, dude, I know what it is. I know what it is. I know, dude, I had a Czar revelation. A Czar revelation.
All right.
All right? He's not having sex again anymore.
Oh.
Dude, he's got energy again. He's got fire in his heart. Huh? The wedding shit, the honeymoon is over. You
Wrapped
can
it
hear
up.
it in his
Oh,
voice.
he's pissed.
That's good. It's
Oh,
not-
he's definitely
You don't want to
fucking fired
oversex
up.
yourself. You lose your energy. Like he's an old man. He's only got so much. Now, and he's not getting sex no more, dude. He's really letting him fly. He's got
Man,
that anger
saddle
back.
up one of those motherfuckers and jump on, man.
That's right. All right. Well, good.
All right, that's
Sounds like they
enough.
got their energy back, man. That was a good.
Oh, dude, that's the best one I've
PPB
heard.
guy since the last one that you made. I like that. All right. Mayday, what you got to say?
Oh, god damn, dude. I am fucking obsessed. I am late to the party. I am not lying.
All right.
But I love fucking Shazam. That thing is fucking incredible. You can't you can't tell me how great it is to fucking be able to go, who sings that song? I know that song. I've been listening to that song for the last 20 years, whatever. And I've never taken the time to look it up or find it for whatever reason. Great piece of technology. When it works, you can hit it and it'll tell you instantly. Again, I don't understand people. I'm late to the fucking party, but better late than never. And goddamn, I'm enjoying the shit out of this.
Really?
Oh yeah, I really am.
I think my problem is I'm not around music I'm not in control of enough to worry or use it.
Yeah, but to me, it's kind of it's a little more like, all right, I can't control this music. I'm gonna start seeing why they're like what the patterns are to some degree of why they're playing these certain songs in a way. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
little like side kind of. Why are they playing these set of songs in the fucking bar? You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
boy, you're
goddamn.
going deep. All
A little
right.
bit deeper
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it.
that's
So
fun.
it's kind of interesting to see because there are a couple that I didn't know. That Joan Jett song, I didn't know that's who sang it. I thought it was somebody else, which is kind of funny.
I thought it was fucking Poison or something.
Yeah, but it did sound like Bret Michaels, dude. It really did. I thought it was
believe
fucking
you.
Poison forever.
It should all sound the same
It's
to me. I
got-
thought it was Def Leppard.
That shit was funny though. But I'm truly enjoying it. It's a nice little fucking matchup with me.
Well, that's good.
We'll see what happens with this. I'll get bored of it eventually, but for now,
right. For now. All right. That's funny. Alley investigation. What you got? You want to tell us about adults in diapers?
All right. Welcome to Alley Investigations with your host.
I just soiled my diaper.
A lollipop.
Okay, so this week's investigation is what is ABDL?
Oh, God.
A growing community of adults that wear diapers.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week when K-Goat's here to talk about E3. That's right, video games. If you're not going to end up successful like Luke Hawx and you like to play video games, we're going to talk about them.
And on that note, it's time for Out with This week's Out with Allie. Friday,
She ain't been having sex neither.
No, I'm well. June 6th, 5th, fucking Friday, June 15th, a night of insanity. House of Goats, cerebral drama. It's time to wake up. Y'all better wake up and Ghetto Demon. This Friday at Babylon Sports Bar, 2917 Harvard Avenue, Metairie, Louisiana, 7006. Next week, 77 degrees to 90 degrees, chance of thunderstorms. That's all right. It's all right. Bring your umbrella. We about to be in this bitch.
Czar's thought of the week. I feel strongly about not feeling strongly about things that I do not need to feel strongly about.
Oh, what the fuck?
One thing I do feel strongly about, Zombies Eating Sheep, is going on a road trip, and I'm gonna meet the Skull Crusher, and I'm gonna pay him to do something to Mayday.
Wait, what? Why are you always trying to flip arm on me, motherfucker?
I'm gonna come clean with you right now. Right?
Oh, you bastard.
So this goes back to the Kiss show of the Kiss tribute band that played at
They're
the
called
Slime.
Love Gun.
And I gave that dude $5 for him to torment you all night with his chest hair. While I'm getting out the way. Also, I fucking bought the pig a hot dog for him to
I'm excited. A hot dog, that's it?
That's all. You want a hot dog. Not even
God
foot long.
damn.
Just one of the little pink ones that you boil up there and put some hot dog sauce on it. And a little bit of mustard.
Did you really say hot dog sauce? You gave
Yeah,
the
not even real chili.
Sauce?
It's not real chili. It's just this mush.
Hot dog sauce?
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
Oh, is that
I used
that
to
weird
eat it.
shit you put on your hot dog
It doesn't even
night?
make it to 99 cents. It's like 69 cents for a can of this stuff.
Oh.
Something that B-Go and K-Go would eat. That way they could save money and buy more drugs.
Eat the whole thing for like 6 more cents.
But I did give him that, and I gave Brawler $15 to grab your penis last week. I just wanted to get out the way. And this week I'm gonna attempt Skull Crusher. I don't know Skull Crusher's rates, but you're gonna meet him because the tavern is the home of this motherfucker. You go in the back and knock on the door, bring out the Skull Crusher.
The Skull Crusher.
Dude, I'm gonna tell him all the things I paid the other people to do to you and tell them to be creative.
Be creative.
I can't wait to meet the Skull Crusher.
Oh my God.
Dude,
If
I'm gonna
we-
ask everybody, are you the Skull Crusher? I want to meet this
Jesus,
motherfucker.
dude,
He
this
lives
is-
there. It's his home.
It's a home.
It's gonna be fucking
Wake
goth
him
night
up.
too.
If we have any fans that
He never goes out in the sun. He never leaves the tavern.
Oh my
He
God,
just
he's
sits
like
in
the
there.
thing.
Yeah,
it's like the Crypt Keeper.
yeah, it is.
No, but like I want to say, if we have any people listening that are in Mississippi, like just in case, y'all should come to that. We're playing Saturday, the Tavern. So
Pretty sure they're gonna drug us and then sacrifice us.
Oh my God.
Too. It's
You're
goth
leaving
night.
me, huh?
we might get sacrificed. It's goth night, yeah.
What is goth night? Are they gonna do anything weird?
I just think that it's gonna be gothic people.
I think I'm gonna.
That's it. They're just gonna do. They're gonna wear black and they're gonna do what they do. There might be like some occult stuff. I don't know. I think it seems like it might be.
It's gonna be creepy as hell.
No, it won't be
we'll have a good
creepy.
story next week for the show.
Either way, right?
Maybe if we
Yeah,
do
if
the
I'm here.
show.
If we get killed, our ghost can come back and do it, dude. I think we're capable.
Getting creepy.
Yeah, we're
Oh no, I can't wait to meet the Skull Crusher.
The skull. Me either.
So that band that we played 2 weeks in a row now, we played a little bit more this week. We played one of the songs, Luco, LVKKO, for your benefit, not mine. It's also got a cross thing going on there.
Yeah, it does.
That chick's pretty cool, man. Looking
She's
at her,
awesome.
the pictures online and the songs, I'm like, this is going to be
And
kind of
she
neat.
draws all her own artwork.
Yeah, she sent us a picture.
Really cool shit.
Mayday's getting his ass eaten out. I was like, what is that? Why'd you do that to Mayday? Like,
God, dude.
that was a
I'm
little
always
ruthless.
the first one.
Why?
I
It's
get, you know
you-
why? Because I
you
probably
like
got the
it.
tender meat. Everybody's like, go for the fucking big
Tender
one.
meat, Mayday.
I get to be in a mask. Allie looks cool, like a zombie
yeah.
chick.
Yeah, I do look
Davy's in it.
I know.
But he ain't even gonna be there at the show.
I ain't even be there.
Steve is in a wolf outfit. And there's Mayday on the table getting his ass eaten out. I'm like, what the
I like how the buffet, you know what I mean? Like everybody's
She didn't-
taking it up.
She didn't even stick a feather in your head.
Stuck a fork
Suck
in
it
my
up his
big ass.
Maybe you ought to wear your helmet to this show to protect you.
Oh,
With
no,
the
I know
goggles?
somewhere we're going to
Yeah.
wear the helmet, too.
Oh.
It's a surprise.
What?
Surprise!
Surprise.
Surprise!
I don't like surprises. I don't do surprises.
I don't think he knew.
But we'll be at Hattiesburg, Mississippi this Saturday. Yeah, we got a full weekend.
Yeah, we're going to fucking go House of Goats and Cerebral Dramas and fucking Ghetto Demons. And then the next night, we're going to be doing the Goth Night. Whoa.
Well,
That's going to be creepy, boy. It's going to be exciting.
if you're listening to this show, that probably means you listen to podcasts, you listen to shows. So I got another one for you. This doesn't happen very often. I go looking for some new shows to listen to when I got time. So I had to drive around a little bit. I'm like, let me get some new show. I find this thing called The Butterfly Effect by John Ronson. And this guy just goes and investigates internet porn and the effects it's had on people's lives. It's a 7-part series. It deals very little with the actual, like, it's not really about sex. Like, it's about the porn business, but it's not about sex. It's about everything else that happened because of
Surrounds
this.
it, yeah.
Dude, some of the shit, it was so interesting because it kind of goes from technology to business to the entertainment industry back around. So it's like all very relevant things in the backdrop of the porn industry and the internet porn. They talk about this guy Fabian, and he's like a tech geek who ends up owning pretty much porn. Like he started the Pornhub, I think it was.
What?
And he started that, and then because of all the free videos that people were uploading, almost like a Napster or like YouTube, really.
Yeah.
He said if they asked him what inspired you to do this, he said like YouTube.
Oh, nice.
But for porn.
Yeah, yeah.
And so everybody's uploading these videos, and he like bankrupts all the major
Places.
you know,
Yeah.
porn company, like Playboy's one of them. Like he ends up buying Playboy TV.
Really?
Like everybody was going out of business and struggling, not going out of business, just struggling because of his free service to where you get everything for free. And then he buys them all up. And like, so he almost like, he owned, if not owns, I think he got in some tax trouble. He had to sell some shit. But at one point he owned like pornography and like everybody, he affected everything. And then, dude, the documentary also goes as far as kind of teen pregnancy rates are down for the first time.
Really?
And right around the same time that like this is
They had an
happening.
resurgence of porn. Yeah.
Dude,
and
they're like, hey, it's easier to beat off. Fuck all that.
I don't remember the numbers, but a very small percentage of males suffered from erectile dysfunction, and that number like tripled
multi-million
for younger people. With at the same time,
Porn
that
came
internet
around.
porn is growing.
Pornhub.
And they're like, you think maybe that's the reason why the birth rates are down, because it's almost like
A direct correlation,
desensitizing.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's pretty crazy. It's like, man, and then just, I mean, I could sit here and tell you all the stories, but I just think it was pretty interesting, and it went all over the place. They're quick little episodes and just packed full of a lot of information. They did an amazing job making this. This is like pro-level shit. and it's like a year-long investigation condensed down to these 7 short episodes.
Huh. Nice.
Really good job,
That
though.
sounds cool.
Yeah, I listened to it. I'm like, man, this is actually fucking entertaining. Next up, Voodoo lineup. Don't know if that's going to be entertaining or not. I do see a couple of things. I'm like, all right, that's pretty impressive. Childish Gambino is going to be there.
Yeah.
A Perfect Circle. I'm like, all right.
Perfect Circle's awesome.
Hippie Sabotage. That's that fucking badass shit that they played. Buku. I'm like, man, I'd really like to see
Arctic
that.
Monkeys are awesome.
Didn't Scotty do some of their songs? And they're like, man, what was that? I don't have that app, Mayday, Scott. So
Shazam?
yeah.
Yeah.
I just ask a person, and they usually tell
Would
me.
it work on Scotty whenever he sings a song?
Yeah, maybe if he's doing it well enough. If his cables ain't all twisted. Marilyn Manson, who's a wreck now, so that's
Really?
that's a freak show. Like Marilyn Manson's always been a freak show, but now it's like the freak show you feel sorry for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the
bad way?
bearded
Like when you
lady.
see him?
Like the bearded lady. Like when you go to a freak show, right, and
Yeah.
you watch somebody who can do an amazing talent, you're like, wow, that's fucking
Right,
amazing.
right.
You're a freak because you. And then now Marilyn Manson's the one that's just got like a deformity or grows hair all over his body or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just old and like let himself go kind of thing.
Mumford and Son, that sound like an old band from
I
the,
don't like
60s
them.
or something.
I
don't
don't
know.
like
Is that what they're
you.
going for? Like a
They had
retro
like one
kind
or
of
two
thing?
kind of
people
pretty
love
songs,
them.
and then
Yeah.
it just got old. It's fiddles, and it's just it just gets old.
Yeah, Modest Mouse. I tried to like
I
that
like
because I
Modest
thought it would
Mouse.
make me cool, but I didn't like it.
I like 2 or 3 songs.
Third Eye Blind for some reason.
you serious?
You know what sucks? I used to love Third Eye Blind when I was a kid. They're terrible now. If you look at any video
she's
of them
come around.
recent, no, they're physically terrible.
Yeah, they
now.
should be like the second band of the
Like
Southport
he
show.
can't sing anymore. It's sad, but no, the dude's an asshole. Like he's just got a really cocky attitude. It's only like 2 original members, and it's just a bunch of.
Oh, it's one of those?
It's terrible. Yeah,
Zed's
it's not
Dead
the band that it
is
was.
pretty cool. Dollar
Ty
Sign.
Dolla Sign. I would love to see it. You fuck with Dollar.
Dude,
Full
I
of
could,
Ferrari.
I could guarantee you that dude puts on a horrible performance,
sure,
but
he'd
I
probably
would,
be out there
I
for
would
like
so
10
watch that shit.
Oh,
Oh, I would totally see him. Fucking Ty Dolla Sign. They also have Space Jesus, which is fucking awesome.
I did hear one of them on YouTube. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of cool, man. That's always a good event. I don't know. I like it out there. It's so much fucking better than
City
Jazz
Park
Fest.
is so
You can
fucking
get away
incredible,
from all
dude.
the. You can get away from all the shit. Find you a nice little spot.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think I could deal.
I like
still.
that area. I used to go to school right in there, so it was kind of one of those. It's kind of being back at home. It's like, all right, with the
Yeah.
ponds and shit.
Seems
You
like
know what I
getting
loved about that?
crowded.
My favorite part is when it gets a little cold, and they put those big orbs that light up. Remember the last time we went?
It was fun.
That was cool.
That was almost the noise we've been hearing. Dude, that's what it is. They've been
It's
talking to
us.
us.
I know.
I listened back to the show where we gained up the microphone.
Yeah.
And dude, we had it right by the refrigerator. I swear, I think I heard it.
Oh, dude.
I think I heard it.
Dude,
but
I
then I
was-
think I've been hearing it for so long that maybe I'm just,
No.
it's just in there.
Man, you want me to tell you something really creepy? So I've been watching a couple X-Files, and I saw one that actually had that where they've been having subliminal messages for a while.
boy.
But then they use basically a trigger. Like, remember back in the days when Russia, they would trigger their fucking person with like a certain key phrase or
Right,
something like that?
yeah, yeah.
They were doing it with spraying the crops.
What?
Dude, I kind of, like when
So
they
you
started
ingested
spraying,
it?
Yeah, and
You
then that
ingested the trigger.
triggered the
Triggered.
brainwashing.
And
Triggered.
then what happened?
Oh, they started killing everybody.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I was like, holy
Jesus,
fuck.
that's a little much.
Dude, I'm
Right.
sorry, but Jesus
I don't know, I was
Christ.
hoping something good.
I'm just saying, like, some shit's going down, man. Shazam can only do so much.
What is that song playing in my head? Please, Shazam.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Well, good shit, man. That was a fun show. Yeah. Had a good time. Sounds like Allie still does not want to go to the lot.
You want to go to that?
It depends. If I could see 3 of the ones I want to see.
Who would you see quickly? Ty
If they, all,
Dolla Sign?
if they all played one
same night.
day.
Saturday night. Saturday, we'll call
We
it.
can't. We can't because I got my boss's party. So isn't it the weekend of Halloween?
I would say Childish Gambino.
Y'all can go.
A Perfect Circle.
Yeah. And Ty Dolla Sign.
Ty Dolla Sign.
Oh, who was a hippie?
Neo. Yeah, I don't know.
Hippie
What is it?
Sabotage. I want to see
Hippie
Space
Sabotage.
Jesus.
I'd be
Yeah,
down
so-
for either of those two.
So if all of them were like in one day,
Yeah.
like, yeah, it'd be kind of.
I remember we
went
went a while ago. The last
at
time
least
we
three
went,
of those.
Yeah, and we saw. I think it was Skrillex, Jack White, and somebody else before there. Remember? That was a cool day, and we mobbed up with everybody and them. That was cool, man.
That was.
Yeah.
And then, dude, me and you went.
Yep.
The year that Diane Ward first played, and we walked back to a stage like that. Holy, just to get away from. We're like, man, they're rapping, and we let's go check it out.
Yeah.
And we walked back there and got to see them before we knew anything even about them.
Right.
And that was kind of a really cool thing of seeing somebody we didn't know, didn't even expect. We went over there kind of to get away from shit, and we were like, oh, man, they're rapping. Like, everybody else was like, I don't see no fucking guitar.
Yeah,
where's the guitar? They don't have a guitar? I'm not going to see it. What about horns? They got horns? No horns? No guitar?
Horns over there.
Just DJs?
I don't think they have a whole lot of horns at Voodoo, which I think is kind of a plus.
I don't think they have a whole lot
Somebody
of rednecks
called
at
you a
Voodoo
DJ.
either.
What's that?
Somebody called you a DJ. Who was that during the week? Didn't somebody say we had DJs on the stage?
No, some guy fucking commented on something that I had and said, you have a very nice voice, but all I could see in your video was a DJ.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
Maybe
but
he was talking about me. That would be cool.
No,
nice.
I think
I'm a
what he
DJ
was saying was that there
You're
was
a
no
DJ, right?
There was no musicians, is what he was trying to say, because he doesn't think that
not real
electric
fucking entertainment.
music is made by musicians.
It's an observant motherfucker.
I don't even know what I told him. I was just like, why even make a backhanded compliment like that? Piss off.
Hey, it's piss off.
Hey.
Piss off. I said, first of all, it's not a DJ, but that's okay.
I'm a
Thank you.
VJ.
Right.
He's not talking about you. He's talking about Mayday and Davey.
How do you know that? He might have been talking about me.
You weren't even in the video, man. Nobody
What?
sees you.
Who was in it? Me?
Well, there was all y'all were in it.
Well, there you go. You were in it.
How many fucking DJs
But
does
why
it
do you think
take?
he be talking about you? You're not the DJ.
That's what he's talking. He don't know that.
He knows.
You're dumb. You're just
You
trying to take anything away. Anything that give me a little self-fucking-pride.
Self-pride?
Just mute me. Why don't you just
You'd rather be
Photoshop me
considered a
out the
DJ than a
pictures?
VJ?
I get muted.
I was just...
Not you, Mayday.
I was just saying,
I
like,
love
it
you,
sucks.
pal.
Hey, they pay. Hey,
You think I pay people to torture you because I don't
they
love you?
fucking paid me. Allie slipped me $5 to mute you.
That would just be like me going to a band and saying,
fucking cheap
but they had backing tracks, or this band didn't have a bass player, but it could have been better. Like, fuck off. Like, you don't even
We
have
do have a bass player. What are you
Yeah.
but they
talking
don't
about?
understand
Playing
that.
the fucking touchpad.
Yeah.
Whatever
fuck,
that thing
he's
is.
playing bass on the fucking
Yeah,
touchpad.
DJing. He's
People don't,
pushing.
they just don't
He's
get it,
pushing
and it's
the
not their
push.
fault. I just felt like kind of insulted by it. Like,
Oh, why?
you had a good voice, but I noticed that you just had DJs behind you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Tell them,
It's
bitch,
not
them are
DJs.
dancers.
Like, I feel like y'all fucking create. I explained to him all the things y'all do, and I was like,
They
dude,
don't
these
know
are
that.
fucking musicians.
What did he want? He needed a drum set and a guitar player. We
Yeah,
had
like,
a
they
guitar
don't-
player.
they
We
can't-
had
I
a
like
drum
guitars.
It's
set.
that they can't conceptualize what's really going on up there. I was like, not only they have stuff recorded, but they recorded, but then they're playing live on top of that, and then they're playing different instruments
Why
on top
do you
of that.
feel the need to explain
And then Mayday,
anything?
it's fucking mixing and doing shit.
He
Because
ain't doing nothing. He
you
fucking
know why?
pushes
Because you know what I
buttons.
think
I
is
see him back there.
I have something
doing
important to say.
shit.
I have something
Fucking
important to
riding a
say.
volume button up and down.
I have something important to say. Seriously, give me this one fucking thing for the whole night, dude.
Okay.
It's really important.
Go.
Education is the answer to ignorance. I'm serious. So if somebody says something fucking ignorant, I'm just going to give them the information. Here, this is the answer. Actually, you're wrong. This is
People
what
don't want to know.
Because then
the
they
fucking
learn,
answer.
and then they're not going to say something fucking stupid like that again. There's some damn people
Yeah,
up there
they
with
will.
a DJ, and they good old boy. America,
Never mean
fucking
no harm.
beautiful, man.
Maybe he just created a fucking electronic music warrior to where now he takes and copies and pastes that to everybody else. I'm going to go tell them what I know now.
You know what I'm
Copy,
talking
paste.
about, though? Like, I think that, people need to know the truth, and I think education's very important. So, see, that's what we're doing.
I say it's fucking entertaining as
We
shit to me.
schooling
I
them.
like dumb people now.
Schooling
Dumber the
them.
fucking better. At one point, I didn't like the maggots. I was fucking kind of wish they go chew their food somewhere else. But right now, I'm kind of like, these dumb motherfuckers are very entertaining to me. And like, they bring me joy and they make me feel better about myself. So now when somebody says something dumb like that, I love it. Like, fucking
Love
say
it.
dumber shit. Be more uneducated and make fucking unjustified
statements.
opinions. Like, people get passionate about things that they have no fucking clue about.
That's
like, that's
true.
the most amazing human trait, and what I love about these fucking brainless maggots. That's what they're my favoriteest thing, that you have very limited knowledge on something. You saw a meme You're fucked up and watch this fake ass news shit that's on television that's supposed to entertain you. God. And like they feel so passionate about something. They don't know fucking dick.
Whoa.
They don't know nothing, man. They're about as fucking intelligent as that goddamn popcorn they fucking munching on. Fucking munching motherfucking maggots. Like, goddamn. They munch on a little fucking meme and then they regurgitate it out. And they're so passionate about it. Fucking means so much. And this week we learned that we got to do something about fucking depression because this thing that people are just born with.
All right, dude.
I
think that's enough.
They just born with this debilitating disease of
Check
depression.
Out Not Real Radio.
And the next thing you know, they off themselves. And we got to everybody's got to be on there talking about depression. Like, how about we talk about fucking drug abuse? Because how about we talk about drug abuse?
As a reason for depression.
Yeah, like how about alcohol and drug abuse gets talked about and gets labeled as the reason? Because it's like when these school shootings and we talk about guns, but we don't talk about fucking all the medication they got these fucking kids on. Like that's it to me. Cut the problem off. You really want to do something and something bad happens, you want to make a fucking savior of somebody, then put the goddamn fucking truth out and stop making it like some fucking...
because they're going to fucking lose money if I had to guess.
Right, yeah. We don't want to fix nothing. We just want another fucking sad story to fucking gloat about on Facebook and be so fucking upset. Like, give me a fucking break. Nobody was fucking upset when they shoveling free shots down the dude's fucking throat trying to get an autograph. You know, I love you. Cook real good. And you got fucking great insight. Here, I'll buy you 6 more shots. Here, go fucking drink yourself to death, you fucking heroin addict.
Oh, stop it.
Like, let's not be real about shit. Let's fucking pretend like this is a big world where you're just born with this fucking thing, and anything you do is just a direct reflection of this cards that you were dealt. We learned tonight from Luke Hawx that if you dealt some bad cards and the life and the fucking path is laid out for you, and you can see that's not a fucking good place to go, and you just continue to walk it because that's your excuse, then you end up where you end up. But you can take a turn and become aware and achieve and overcome and take those negative things that you are fucking born with and use them to your advantage and end up somewhere else than you're supposed to be. That is America. That is life. That is creating yourself. That is taking advantage through hard work and dedication of the life that you have and making the most of it. We learned that tonight. So you can end up fucking hanging from a rope somewhere because of fucking you can't cope or where you just like to be fucked up. Like, let's be honest. Like, a lot of times people just like to be fucked up. Like, it ain't no fucking underlying thing. You like drugs and alcohol. You like being fucked up. But look where it can lead you. And that, to me, is the honest fucking truth about it.
Well, yeah.
That's where it can lead. And if it does, then... maybe you shouldn't be glorified and saying how great you are and everybody enjoyed your entertainment and making you like this sad story from when the truth was, man, you fucking abuse drugs and alcohol. You only got one body, you only got one mind. Once you fuck it up, you end up hanging from a rope. And this is the end of this rope, and this is the end of Not Real Radio. Next week, K-Goat will join us to talk about video games.
Woo! I'm not excited about the video games part, but I'm excited about the K-Goat part.
All right, yeah, if anybody can make that entertaining for you.
He can.
I'm going to make you watch E3 all week. That way you'll be prepared. Mayday, good show, man. Good job, bro. I think Luke liked your clips. He rolled right through them.
Oh, yeah, no, and I got him. I think he looks like a guy he doesn't laugh very often. So for me to make him laugh a few times, that was good. Especially at Cheese's expense, extra better.
Dude, that was fucking awesome. That was cool to have Cheese here with that.
I know.
Right? It'd been fun to have Cheese. We couldn't have had that serious.
Oh God, could you imagine that? He'd be bouncing all over the place.
Like to do it again with Cheese and have Cheese like, because you know him, like he's worse than me with not meaning to hurt somebody's feelings, but he say something,
God, right?
And it would get. I want to see that. I want to see Luke. I whoop ass. Can I hear that one more time? Sure. That was so fucking awesome.
I beat ass. That's what I do. I whoop ass.
Yeah, bring that Luke out, right?
Oh,
Cheese could get him. Cheese get him. Give Cheese 15 minutes.
Oh God,
Luke
right? That long?
He'll be turned into that Luke.
Want to hear what it would sound like? It would sound something like.
Ooh.
One more.
That chicken's high.
That's what I do.
That's what I do.
Thanks for tuning in to Not Real Radio. Check out NotRealRadio.com. You can listen to this on YouTube if you like that. Please subscribe. We broke 100. Thank you so much to the genius who made the YouTube subscribe swap page on Facebook. Thank you very much. That was incredible. Really did it. Go on there, post your video.
Yeah, if you post your channel on there, anybody and everybody in that group is supposed to
supposed to
subscribe to yours, and then you subscribe back, and you have to because you got Brawler in there, and he's the fucking subscribe police, and he will know who's not subscribing.
That's right,
back.
Brawler is keeping track of that.
He
And
is.
if you don't want to star in your very own horror movie, go subscribe to everybody's video.
That's right.
I don't know what we're gonna do with it now. Now I want to get stickers made or something. Put this new URL in. Wow, we're gonna reach a new plateau. Dude, thanks again to Luke Hawx, man, for coming on.
Yes.
Don't forget to go check out WildKatWrestling.com. Get your tickets. We're gonna be out there at Shamrock.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time. Very fun. Thanks to Luke for coming on.
Yes.
All right. Till next week. Keep it not real.